We've all been talking about totally normal things. Welcome to welcome to D&D. It's Nordmark. We are midway through a combat on a sinking ship. But I shouldn't say any more, actually. Who would like some inspiration? No, I don't want to rob you of a chance to get some inspiration.
I've got some from my AAR.
You do?
Sandwich instead.
If everyone's got it, I can go and give myself inspiration. That's
don't
fine.
Let Nick have it. No.
I don't have it, but let's see how much I remember. Sure.
It's been like 90 days since the last session. It's been a long one.
While.
And we only had like 2 encounters, right? So.
Yeah.
I gotta go get my food. Sorry.
We've had some kind of encounter. We had so many encounters that we didn't move anything last session. We're still within. I could fly back to
on the same hex, but the ship moved a lot within that hex.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been sailing along.
Take it away.
It started off with that cool naval combat, if I remember rightly, and that was slick. Bit of moving. We ended up next to a boat. We jumped on the boat. We murdered the captain. We stole the boat, and now we have a new boat. Hooray! The boat that everyone can see on the screen is not that boat. We will be switching to the map at a later time, but switching between maps mid-combat is a hassle that nobody wants. There was the hag thing, which I think was last session.
Nope.
No, that was session before.
It was literally just the pirate fight and then this.
It was just a pirate and then this. All right, well, yeah, we went to sleep and Sahuagin had decided they're going to sink the boat and murder us. But obviously that couldn't possibly work because we're amazing.
Yeah. So, yeah, a group of disastrous-looking shark-human amalgams, the Sahuagin, attach themselves to the ship with these giant limpets that they themselves hid inside. They bore into the ship and then detach the limpets, causing the ship to flood while you all slept. And now you're in the middle of a fight. I say while you all slept. That's not 100% true, because Pastel Raven's character, Thorek, did actually wake up because Thorek's got a steel defender named Steely Dan. Don't look up where that name comes from. And Steely Dan woke up Thorek. Thorek alerted the rest of the crew, and here we go. Okay. Thorek's going to be right back with food, so I'm going to vamp until they're back. Oh, excellent, because it's your turn next.
I just didn't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Okay, Thorek, over to you. It is now completely flooded, this ship. The bottom deck is full of water, so I've put a little card of what the effects of underwaterness are in here in red, but suffice to say, probably disadvantage on your attacks.
And we're now all holding our breath, right?
Yes.
Well, I am going to stab at Sahuagin E.
Lovely.
Actually, no, I forgot. I don't have that anymore. Assault back. I will attack at him with my Warhammer at disadvantage then.
Okay.
For a 22.
22 hits, absolutely. Roll some damage. That's great.
7 bludgeoning damage.
7 bludgeoning damage. Hey, that's exactly what you needed to kill that Sahuagin.
Awesome.
So you bring the hammer down. 22 with disadvantage is fantastic as well.
Yeah. My other it was I don't know what the other one was.
That's
and
right.
Steely Dan is going to move up and stab at Sahuagin C. I don't know if their attack needs disadvantage as well, or
it will be unless Steely Dan's got a swim speed. Because of the way it's written, it's all melee attacks unless you have a swim speed or you're in this specific set of items, which is sort of made for underwater work.
Steely Dan's rolls work better on Chrome.
Ah, that was it.
So yeah, I will do that real quick. Alright, so disadvantage for a 13 to hit.
13 to hit. Will just hit, yeah. They've got AC 12.
For 9 force damage.
9 force damage. Okay. That's another dead Sahuagin. Though, to be fair, that one just had 1 hit point left. Great. Anything else, or should we go to Aegis?
That's it for me.
Awesome. Aegis, over to you.
Okay. Can you remind me, have we damaged Coral Smasher B or Sahuagin B?
Sahuagin B and D are undamaged. Coral Smasher B is damaged, but C is not.
Okay. Right. With this Sahuagin gone, Aegis is going to step into the middle of everything. It's going to see that giant snake poking its head into the hole and assume that maybe that snake will take care of Coral Smasher C for us. So I think...
I mean, has anyone seen Tattle summon a giant snake before?
I mean, to be fair...
There's only one explanation for a giant snake in the middle of the ocean, and it's Tattle-shaped.
I mean, so the giant snake came from the staff of Pythons or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we all knew she had that. But anyway, Aegis is more occupied with these things in here anyway, and
yeah, don't worry about me. I'm just being a shithead. You're fine.
I'm assuming he's the one that damaged Coral Smasher B before, so he's going to swap out his maul into the javelins that he purchased before this trip, and he's going to go for a good poking. Can I use javelins two-handed? No, they're not versatile.
They're not versatile, but you can use them with 2 hands if you want. No one's going to stop you.
I can't taking out my shield would be an action, right?
I believe it is with shields, yeah.
Yeah, okay, right. So I'll keep it as just the javelin for the moment.
Okay.
What is this? Plus 5. Yes. All right, let's go. 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Nice. Okay.
Very good.
And I will also take this opportunity to make this a menacing attack. Which
I genuinely thought this flooding would be more of a problem, but apparently not.
So add the superiority die to my damage, and then you take a wisdom save DC 13? Yeah, DC 13 wisdom save.
DC 13 wisdom save. Let me see what I got. Okay, well, I'll try. 12 curses.
Nice. Okay. Now frightened, and this is 1d6 plus 3 plus 8.
Frightened. And was this B or C on the Coral Smasher? Sorry.
B.
B. Got you. Okay, so I'm going to give them just a little yellow ring for their being frightened.
And
there we go.
Take 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
That's a very crook D8.
It was, wasn't it? Okay, so yeah, you jab him in with the javelin in a very menacing way, and the Coral Smasher, who is looming over you, like the Coral Smasher is quite tall, a good 7 feet tall, looms over you, and yeah.
You can't loom when we're all swimming. Looming does nothing in water.
Looming over you. Looming over you. It's a small boat as well, probably head brushing against the ceiling, but looming over you. But you're menacing. You're menacing nonetheless. All right, we go to Nigel then.
Nigel is going to immediately take that fun little token out of his pocket, realizing that the boat is going to rapidly sink, slap it to the side of the ship, and halt the ship's motion entirely.
Interesting use of Qual's feather token, the anchor. Yes, okay. So you bring out this anchor token, smack it to the ship, and the ship just suddenly lurches underneath all of you. I'm going to roll a quick save. Okay. The Sahuagin don't just fall as it lurches underneath you, and the boat is stopped from sinking any further under the waves. Very good call. It's full of water, but it's not going to sink. You've got as much time as you need to, just basically pump the water out. That's great. Great move.
So bonus action, this little golden hook here is gonna float through the crew and smack Sahuagin B.
Yeah, your spiritual weapon. Wonderful.
Yeah, does that still apply?
Spiritual weapon is...
Immaterial.
Let me just double check. Is it a spell attack?
Yeah.
Then it's not a melee attack. Or is it a melee spell attack? Yeah, no, it probably is, isn't it? I'm going to say it has disadvantage for now, but I'll look it up later to double check.
Okay.
I think in some other shows I saw they looked at it. It doesn't.
Yeah. Black Rosebud seems to say melee spell, so... Oh. So, disadvantage to hit, that is a +6 because of my very high wisdom. So that comes up. I'm using my coffee dice that I just got. What's 8 + 6? 14.
Nice.
Yeah. So 14 to hit on Sahuagin B.
14 hits. I really expected the disadvantage to be more of a problem.
I'm gonna just roll the damage with D&D Beyond. 6 damage.
6 damage is good damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sahuagin B, as the golden gem encrusted hook slices it across the face.
Nice. Ooh, vicious. I love it. Oh, lovely. Anything else, Nigel?
Can I see? Okay, so decks usually have like grates in the top that you can open to like lower cargo down. So can I see like a path up through a grate near me? I know it isn't reflected on the map, but there is one on the proper boat.
Yeah. Let's say there's one in this square here.
Okay.
I think
on the
that
stairs.
seems reasonable. You're also on the stairs.
Yeah. Am I on the stairs to like above water, the top deck, or? Sorry, this is a bit confusing.
You're on the stairs up to the top deck, which would be above the water level.
So I'm not underwater. Interesting.
Sorry, you currently are underwater. If you go up the stairs to the top deck, you'll be fine. But the water level kind of just sort of stops there at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna step up the stairs a bit to the top deck.
Sounds
Actually,
good.
no, somebody could get hurt. I'll stand on the stairs and watch out.
Okay.
That's my turn.
It's the Sahuagins, and
Wait. You said they all fell.
No, they passed the save. They're all up. Really sorry to do you dirty like this, Aegis, but they're gonna go like that.
Bring it in.
So that is a potential opportunity attack from Drake.
Yes, absolutely.
Drake, sorry.
Hold on, I've lost my thing. 1d6 plus 2. No, because that's the thing. D20 plus 5. I remember how to do buttons. Leave me alone.
Hold on a sec. Sorry, Ben. Do you have all your health?
No.
Yeah, they're not moving. They have advantage anyway.
Oh, God
Blood
damn it.
frenzy. They're shark people.
Enfys was about to roll.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right.
I, the DM, forgot they have blood frenzy. They,
No,
the
fine, that's
Sahuagin,
fine.
would not have forgotten that.
Fair enough.
Question, Nick.
Yes.
Could the Sahuagin even stand there anyway? Because there appears to be a ballista on the map.
Oh no, that's just because this is covered from
upstairs.
the top.
Yeah, those are from upstairs. There's no below decks ballista on this one.
There was, however, a below decks hole running through the whole ship, so there's really no way Sahuagin could have stood there.
So I think we're going to do one attack on Aegis, one attack on Drake. Aegis first.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Oh.
So how much damage is that? We'll sort out Aegis before we do anything else. It's multi-attack, is it? Okay, fair enough. So this would have been the bite. Luckily, it's only D4s. So that is a mere 5 points of piercing damage.
Isn't
For
that
a
reduced
crit.
by something Aegis has?
That's reduced by
It is.
3.
It is. So it's 2 points of piercing damage on a crit.
Hooray!
And then it's going to follow up with its spear.
Oh, I thought you said the second attack was against Drake.
No, sorry. I thought I had 2 monsters. I was going to do one goes against one, one
okay.
goes against the other. So it's going to follow up with its spear, which it is holding with both hands. So here we go. Let's see if I can crit again. That'd be great. I can't, but I have probably hit with an unnatural 20.
Yeah, only just.
And that is 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay, reduced by by 3, so 17. Yeah, if I'd had my shield out, wouldn't I hit?
It's a damn shame. It might be worth that action in the future. All right, so Hooligan D is turning around and is looking at Dreig and is going to go in for the bite and then follow up immediately with a spear. First of all, the bite. Oh, wow. That's bad.
Dreig has lost health, by the way, so yeah.
Even with advantage, that was a 3 and a 4.
Hooray!
That's
Yay.
terrible. And let's follow up with a spear, though. The one you don't want to get hit by because it's a D8 instead of a D4. Wow. Really? That's a 10.
Yeah, hooray!
3 and a 7. Atrocious.
Drag,
Suck it, nerds.
drag is some kind of like animated pile of leaves and sticks, right?
Yeah, basically.
They just stab through the gaps in the sticks.
Okay, Amity, we go over to you. It's your turn. So the Sahuagin have been bearing down upon your closest companion and best friend, Tattle.
Wrong character, Nick.
No, I was just joking about how you were,
I know.
I don't actually know where I was going with that. To be honest, my brain just stopped halfway through the sentence. What's happening with Amity?
Amity had a plan, and then a dwarf decided, I'm going to get myself all the way surrounded. And now Amity is not so sure that plan's a good idea. Actually, the plan might still be a good idea, because I can remove advantage.
Do it. Just do it.
Ooh. Hello.
Alright, Aegis will be fine.
Yeah. Yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to cast Fog Cloud, as I am wont to do.
Casting what?
Fog cloud. Underwater.
Oh, fog cloud. Okay.
Fox McCloud. The Orwells are going to come in anytime.
Okay, importantly, this is a verbal spell.
Yes, however, and I brought this up before because I knew it was going to be potentially be an issue. Amity is wearing and is attuned to a necklace of adaptation, which
Underwater breathing.
while wearing this necklace, I can breathe normally in any environment.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's fine then. You're able to breathe. You can cast spells as normal. No problem. Go for it.
Okay, so I
Great choice
want a...
to have worn that beforehand, not knowing this would happen. Great choice nonetheless.
There we go. Now I need it. No, it's a sphere, not a square. Hold up.
This is really interesting because the fog cloud shouldn't work underwater, but fog cloud itself says only wind disperses it. So,
Yep.
who am I to judge?
I want it to include space.
It's going to be like octopus squirt, right?
Ugh.
It's
Don't use
just
that for anything.
particular, right? all fog is a kind of particulate. So
Yeah.
The druid
You're
who
picking
was
up all the-
recently an octopus would like you not to say that ever again, Ben.
am I doing that correctly? Let me just read the spell description because I've forgotten how the bloody spell works.
Yeah, 20-foot
It's been a
radius sphere.
while.
So radius means
Radius
it'll be
Double the size that I've just done.
Jesus,
Yeah.
it'll be huge, and it's gonna be
It's like half the ship.
it's gonna be 16 squares in diameter.
There we go. And then I can. Oh no, the one's blue.
No, Nick. It's 8 squares in
There we go.
diameter.
Oh yeah, I can't add up. Are we not doing 2.5-foot squares?
Speaking of,
This is your map.
There we go.
I mean, it's
and
technically
with the-
mine.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is Blue's map.
Oh yeah, true. It's blue top.
And with that, having taken a suddenly weirdly panicky sort of breath from suddenly having to breathe water, everybody's going to hear distorted through it because sound's going to travel differently. So it probably sounds a bit deeper than normal.
Well,
but crew, get yourselves above decks. We've got this.
Okay, this is really interesting.
Step in. Do I have a bonus action?
Because, of course, with all the blindness going on now, everyone's attacking at normal again because the advantage from attacking a blinded foe is outweighed by the fact that you're also blinded, but advantage and disadvantage don't stack. So, that's nice.
I didn't have disadvantage, but oh well.
Well,
it just evens out for you, but it means you're not being attacked with advantage.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Great plan. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't seem to have a bonus action.
Is your bonus not add to?
Command Drag. Yes, it is. It is 100% that. And Drag is going to attack Sahuagin D, who just tried to be not very nice.
Okay.
So this is going to be a straight roll.
Don't know why you'd want to do one of those.
22.
Oh, damn! Yeah, that hits.
Yeah.
Very nice.
A great lunge with those teeth. Those big Drake teeth. Yeah, wonderful.
As a point of clarification, I can't see anything in that fog cloud, right?
That's right.
Nobody can see anything in that fog cloud. Everybody is heavily obscured.
Okay.
How much damage was
piercing.
that? 6 piercing. Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. That is the first bit of damage against that Sahuagin.
That is all of my turn, by the way. Tribe's not moving.
Okay. Over to Coral Smasher B. Coral Smasher B is afraid, currently, of Aegis, but can't really do much about it. So, can't see you, actually. Can't see the source of its fear. So, that's nice. Doesn't have disadvantage from that. Just has disadvantage from everything else. Huh.
I guess I got the extra damage.
Here's an interesting thing, though.
Is it a dog wearing a hat?
That is pretty interesting.
Can't really get the benefit of it. It's going to move there and attack Aegis. Aegis?
Okay. Do Drag and Amity get opportunity attacks?
You got to be able to see your target to get an opportunity attack.
Oh, do you?
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick.
Yeah.
Nick. You know how Rangers get a fighting style?
Yeah. Oh, you haven't taken blind fighting.
It's on the sheet.
Oh no! How could you do this to me? All right, go for it. Yeah, go for it. This is exactly the time to use it. Fantastic.
Blind fighting would negate the
disadvantage.
So you would be at advantage, wouldn't you?
No, because it's still straight. Because I'd be attacking at disadvantage anyway because of the water. But because it can't see me, I'd be at advantage, so it balances out.
But in a non-auto underwater fog cloud situation, you would have advantage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, there's so much going on at once now. Me, every time there's a combat involving Enfys.
It's what I do best. 14.
That hits, only just, but it hits, yeah.
Woo.
So the Coral Smasher sees this dense fog around him and thinks, this is it, this is my chance to move in and get rid of that terrifying monstrosity, Aegis. So he steps away thinking he's so smart, and then thumph. What are you attacking with at the moment? Is this a
longsword?
A longsword just goes jabbed into his rib cage.
3.
Jabbed into his left toenail. All right, Coral Smasher B is now bloodied, and is gonna attack Aegis. Aegis, you've taken damage, so it doesn't fucking matter. Straight attacks. Okay. Is it gonna be Warhammer? Just the Warhammer? I think it's just gonna be the Warhammer. Yeah. So first attack.
40,000 Warhammers.
Okay, that's a hit. 24. Second attack. That's a 15. That's probably not a hit on you, Aegis.
That's a miss.
No. Okay. So one hit. That is 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, reduced to
Thump.
6.
Yeah. And that's its go. It's not happy about taking that stab from Amity. Okay, Tattle, over to you.
All right. Time for the moment I've been waiting for since the session began. Well, a few things I've been waiting for. Tattle's going to step forward. Yep. Tattle's going to step forward. As the water rises, she's just going to call for the crew. Get out of here. And expand into a giant octopus, which is a bit of a squeeze, admittedly.
As we all do. Go up to the employees and say, get out of the room, I'm going to turn into an octopus.
Oh yeah, every time I'm on a duty shift, I say,
like
I say to see her clock in.
Okay, that's great. Anything else?
Yes, with my 15-foot reach, I'm going to attack Zahulkan D. Because I'm
15-foot reach.
Wow. Giant octopuses, baby.
tentacles.
Do it.
Anyway, I'm quite good at getting rid of D's, I assure you.
Oh, very good.
Anyway, that's
All right.
+5.
And you have
this
swim
is,
speed, so you're not at a disadvantage. Although you can't see him
I can't-
either, so
yeah, I can't see it, so
it's a flat roll.
yep. Okay, so that's +5.
Hey, that
17
hits.
to hit.
That's great, yeah.
Cool. Lovely stuff, and that is going to be 2d6 +3, and the Zulugan is now grappled and restrained.
Okay, so Sahuagin D is grappled and restrained. How much damage was that?
Sorry, just rolling.
No problem.
+3.
Sadly, restrained won't matter that much because of all the other things going on. But yeah, okay,
Yeah.
8 points of damage. Or is there an ability modifier on there as well?
No,
was it.
that's the whole thing.
Cool.
8 points of damage, bludgeoning if it matters. And I can't stop
Okay.
the target until the grapple's ended.
Sahuagin
Whatever
D
that's
is
worth.
now bloodied as well. So you reach over and wrap up this shark person.
Yeah,
Well,
just
fantastic.
reaching through Drag and Amity and Steely Dan.
I think there's a sort of
Strike.
general feeling of worry amongst the coral smashers now that they may have picked the wrong target.
Anyway, so next up is my snake. Now, here's where it gets really fun. So, Snaky Boy has a swim speed, so isn't getting disadvantage from being in the water.
Okay.
Lion sends up to 10 feet, so isn't getting disadvantage from the darkness. So Nick, for the class, do I get advantage?
Yes, you do. There's nothing that would stop you getting advantage at this point.
Cool.
Very
So,
good.
I'm going to use Constrict because maybe not the best idea to open its mouth right now. And they are going to just, lovingly try and crawl around
Yeah.
or smash the sea.
Use inspiration.
You're rolling like
I'm
me
using
today.
I'm using inspiration because that's BS.
I thought you had
That's a 16
advantage,
hit.
not disadvantage.
16 hits.
What? Yeah. Okay. So, let me just double check this. Yep, so this is going to be 2d8 +4 bludgeoning, and the target is now grappled.
Ooh.
Sensing a pattern.
Yep. Okay.
Can you still force movement after that? Because that wasn't a...
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure actually. I can't use Constrict on anything else until the grapple's over. But yeah. But anyway, that's 11 points of bludgeoning damage as Snecky just lovingly calls around Coral Smasher Sea and gives him a nice big bone-crushing hug.
Alright, that's the first bit of damage Coral Smasher C has taken.
I'm wondering if you can force it out of the boat now that you've got it grappled.
I would
And,
say that would be perfectly reasonable. Yeah, you're a snake.
Yeah, but why would I deny my Sneke a meal? A succulent
But you
hooligan meal?
keep it grappled when you move it.
What are the charges?
I'm concerned
That's my
for
game.
Aegis' health is the issue, and Coral Smasher C is about to attack.
Coral Smasher C is now preoccupied by the snake grappling it. It's not going to attack. It's not going to attack you. Don't worry, Aegis. So Smasher C, how good's your strength? Not bad. So we can attempt to break this grapple.
Yeah, that's a DC 16.
So he's struggling away, and he's going to try and pull himself out. Oh, it's +3, so it's not impossible, but not easy either. That's no. So he's struggling, but the snake has just got him properly gripped in. That's actually everything Coral Smasher C can do. The crew are swimming their way out as best they can. So this one makes it out. 10. And that one makes it out. 5, 10, 15. That's as far as that one can go. Because, of course, when you're swimming, you're going at half speed unless you got swim speed. Not that that has mattered on this boat.
The crew member dash?
Oh, the crew member can dash. Good point, yeah. Up they go. The others, in fact, are a little bit further forward. They're going to run towards... Yeah, actually, they can go all the way. They're going to run towards the ballistae, just in case there are any others out there in the water. Right, Thorek, over to you again. A large octopus is right in front of you.
Yes, it is half squishing me against this wall here.
It's very wet, but then so's the rest of the boat.
I'm just gonna... Do I think it would be possible to start working on this hole in the wall here? Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, you can sort of start making like rapid repairs. It'll obviously take your action, and we'll make a tool proficiency check probably. I would say carpenters. Alternatively, we can just take a raw strength check.
Let's not do the raw strength check. This is a disadvantage?
Underwater, yeah, probably would be a disadvantage, yeah.
That is a 25. I rolled a 19 and a natural 20.
That's incredible. Okay. So I think, yeah, you've patched this one up completely with a 25. Like, it's not gonna last forever, but it's gonna last way longer than this combat, and then you can get back to it and sort it out properly. But you've got no worries here at all with a 25. That's fantastic. Yes, exactly.
And
wonderful.
Steely Dan is going to move up to... I'm going to send him here so that they can use their reaction. Oh,
okay.
Well, no, they can't see, can they?
No, that is the problem. It's tricky.
It is very tricky. They're just gonna hit B, or yeah, they're gonna hit B.
Okay.
Yeah, B's the one I've been working on.
I mean, everything's been damaged now, so...
Yeah.
Oh, that's a miss. That's an 8.
Oh, that's bad luck. But you know, there's so much chaos going on right now. It's probably really hard for Steely Dan to draw a bead on anything. Aegis, over to you. You can't see anything at all.
Yeah, I'm also low on health at this point, so I think what I'm going to do is I am going to use my... what should I go for? I'll go with the... I'll go with the pure water healing potion, which is 3d4
underwater.
4. Yeah.
Putting it up against your mouth really carefully to try and not get all the water in it and just get all the potion out.
Alright, 11 health back.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay, and I don't think I have any bonus actions I can use, so that is me.
Very good, very good. We go to Nigel.
Okay, so Nigel suddenly can't see anything, but he has a good idea that the Sahuagin is still right next to his hook, I would assume.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair assumption.
So I'm going to attack Sahuagin B once again with my spiritual weapon.
Yep.
At disadvantage.
Hey, good news! I've removed the ambiguity of whether or not it's disadvantage.
Yeah, that disadvantage just robbed me of a natural 20.
Well, no, because it wouldn't be
I'm sorry.
disadvantaged anymore.
It's just normal.
'Cause they can't see you either.
Natural 20.
Natural 20,
Okay.
yeah. Also, I looked it up, and yeah, definitely it is a disadvantage on spiritual weapons. Unless the spiritual weapon happens to be a short sword, spear, javelin, dagger, trident.
Got it. Okay. Crit damage. There we go. That is 15 damage on Sahuagin P.
Nice.
That is enough to kill Sahuagin B, who was pretty fresh before then, and is now... There's just blood everywhere in the water.
Fish hooks him.
That's what I was going to say. Into the
Oh! Yeah.
Right through the brain.
Yeah. Nice. Very nice. Is Nigel doing anything?
That's a good question.
What?
Yeah, no, I was
Goddamn
wondering what else would show up.
is that?
Nick.
Oh no.
Nick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to think of an alternate name other than Jaws.
Oh no.
So the crew members are on the ballista.
Moors. There we go.
In case, but
You did say that. So
Yep,
are they gonna
they are.
fire at it?
Yeah, on their turn, maybe.
Hopefully.
There's blood in the water
Would
now.
it not have been like held action?
Yeah.
No, because they had to dash to get up there.
I knew something else was coming.
So, fun thing about Sahuagin is they can telepathically talk to all sharks within a certain distance from them.
And this is why I knew something else was coming.
Yeah. But that's okay. Anything else, Nigel?
I want to propose you
Big
this.
ass
The ship can't move
Yeah,
under any circumstances.
absolutely.
That means they can't break the ship because the pieces can't be moved.
That's not the case. It can't move.
I
It can
thought I'd
still be
try.
broken, but it was worth a try. I appreciate the
I thought
I
I'd
appreciate
try.
the chutzpah there in attempting it. The chutzpah, but no.
Okay.
You got a lot of moxie there, kid.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I like
so,
it. I like it.
should I go upstairs like I was going to? Because if I do right now, it seems kind of metagaming.
I mean, like you just said, like you were going to anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were going to anyway, then just go up there. Yeah, there's no problem.
Yeah. I'm gonna go upstairs. And
punch a baby.
'cause I was told by Amity that they've got this, so I'm gonna head upstairs. I trust my crew.
You
I mean,
go
you can't see
upstairs
what's going on in that bubble anyway, right?
and you
Yeah.
look over, like, and you just see this huge mouth heading towards your. What this crew member see here is an amateur musician and is playing cello right now. Da-dum,
It's that one song.
Fucking Sea
da-dum,
of Thieves.
da-dum,
Okay.
da-dum,
Megalodon?
da-dum, 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 da-dum.
Just punch somebody in the dark. It's a victimless crime, you know? You just feel
Yeah,
it around your
definitely.
surroundings.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Okay.
Okay. So
yeah.
what I'm gonna do? Ray of Enfeeblement on the big shark.
Mm. I like that. I like that.
I've still got some movement speed. I can get 60 feet to it.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be 65 feet away.
Yeah.
'cause, you know,
Yeah, no, I'd technically be like right here.
Yeah. Which is 40, so.
For what it's worth, I believe does the fog go around? Let me check that. If it goes around corners.
Does go around corners.
But there is not really corners there, other than like outside into the.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on the top deck, you might be 20 feet above the corner of that, and
Yeah.
it's not a cylinder.
I don't think it would go up to the top deck.
Yeah, I think you're fine up on the top deck. You're fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna cast Ray of Enfeeblement on the shark. I haven't thought out my verbal components because I wasn't expecting giant fucking shark. I was expecting a swarm of sharks.
Blue repeatedly
I imagine
told
you're
that he was
splotting out
expecting
water.
sharks to go in through the holes in the ship.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to. It's just gonna make its own. What did I just roll? I don't think a 14's gonna hit.
A 14 hits. AC of 13. Big creatures are easier to hit.
Got it.
Yeah.
So
They also have 60 million hit points.
Yes, there is that.
I do.
So a beam of jet black energy extends out of the blinded eye on Nigel's mask, wreathing this shark in a beam, a field of just black fire that seems to sap at his physical strength.
Ooh, that's wonderful. Okay.
And then I just yell, "Shark!" as loud as I can. Giant shark.
So the target only deals half damage with weapon attacks that use strength, which will be all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose none of us will actually hear you shouting that because we're all underwater.
You're right below me, and there's a grate under my feet.
I need to
So
add
maybe-
Moors to the initiative as well.
And sound carries quite well through water.
Yeah.
I would have called
Yeah.
it Steven.
Okay.
Okay.
Comes into the initiative at -1 because I rolled a nat 1.
Nice. And I
Okay.
move a little bit away because.
Yep.
I think spiritual weapon drops too. By the way.
Okay. Spiritual weapon
Because-
is now
yeah.
gone. That's fair. So Hooligan D is kind of penned in and really cannot do anything, so it's just going to lash out in the direction.
Grappled by a giant octopus.
Yeah, they really can't do much about this. Not restrained by the octopus, though. Am I right?
No, you said grappled and restrained.
Okay, restrained. Not that that matters at this point. Going to lash out at Dry, because I don't think they've got much of a chance of getting out of the octopus, and they're just panicking. And they know where one enemy is, at least, so they're going to slash in that direction. So, first of all, the bite. And this is a flat roll, and then the spear. Okay, the bite is a 19. The spear,
That hits.
ooh, is a
Straight rolls,
21.
remember. Also hits.
Yeah. Okay, well, the bite isn't much damage, so... the bite is 5 points of piercing.
Okay.
The spear... Oh, 2 points of piercing. Roll minimum damage.
Right, still up. Let's go.
Question.
10 HP. It has, by the way. And now it has 3.
What was your question, sorry?
When you're grappling something at range like that, are you then in range of melee because they can hit whatever you're grappling them with?
It's a really interesting question. I'm
Could
going to
they hit
say
the
yes.
tentacles?
Because if I were to do that to you with a giant squid, you'd consider it bullshit if I said you couldn't then attack the tentacles. And so I think it should go both ways.
Okay.
Because otherwise, a giant squid could attack you from like 20 feet away, and you'd be like, can't do anything about it. There's no possible way I could hit this thing that's wrapped around me.
I can't hit center mass. I can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to say yes. But yeah, at the moment, Hooligan D is focused on Drake. But yeah, in the future, I think, yeah, that's possible. Amity, we go to you.
Okay. I think it is about time we swung action economy more in our favor. Let's murderize Hooligan D.
Yeah.
I just clicked to the wrong window. Give me a second. Boop.
That's 2 rounds underwater.
Yeah, we can hold our breath for our constitution modifier in minutes. Is that it?
Yes.
1 minute plus your constitution modifier.
Yeah. But if you
Can't worry about
exhale,
that.
it becomes rounds, which is more of a problem. But if you've got a good con score, you could exhale and cast a spell if you need to, because you've still got like 3 or 4 rounds before it becomes an issue. And most combats end in 3 rounds. 3 to 5. Good
18.
hit. Yeah.
Sweet. You know, I rolled a D8 earlier. It should have been a D10 because longswords are versatile weapons and I'm using 2 hands.
Lamau.
It's all good. Fix it now.
Good
6
damage
slashing.
against
Bonus action. Drag, do what you do best.
Yeah, I'll see a like team up attack on this Sahuagin. Yeah.
Drag's reaction gives me an extra D6 of cold damage. So
Okay,
let me
roll
just,
that. Yeah.
Before I forget again, because I forgot last round. So that's 3 cold.
Okay.
Okay, and then Drag's gonna deal bitey bite once I remember
Okay.
what those moves are.
Amity,
Hello.
Roll me a perception check.
Perception? Amity's pretty good at perception. Character sheet.
Because a very interesting set of circumstances has just happened, and I want to know on the perception check what's going on here.
That's cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 21.
21. Oh no, you got blind sense, so we don't even have to worry.
I have blind sight.
That's fine then. I was going to say, because what's happened is you've just killed Sahuagin D, but if you weren't able to see that, then you'd have no actual way of knowing, because they wouldn't slump to the floor at the moment. They're underwater. But no, you've got blind sight. Literally everyone else would have this issue. Obviously, Tattle, you know that Sahuagin D is dead as well, because it's just gone limp in your arms.
Yeah.
In your arms and your tentacles. But yes, Sahuagin D has died.
Amity intuits it from the way the body reacts as they're slicing through it.
You got some proprioception going on here. You're like, something's happening. You're feeling it in the electrostatic effect in the water around you. I'm being told by the marine biologist in the chat that it is actually arms. Octopuses do not have tentacles.
Gets old.
One of which is actually technically
Technically a what? I'm worried now.
Let's just say
it's exactly what you think, Nick.
Oh
It's
no!
exactly what you think.
Did you not know that?
I didn't
surely
know
Talia
this.
told you that before.
Yeah,
I didn't know
you
this.
shake hands with an
I mean-
octopus, you risk your hand getting pregnant.
No! Oh no! This has
Even
ruined
better,
octopuses
Nick.
for me.
Even better,
only
Nick,
one of them.
I can actually rip one of the a male octopus can and will actually rip their particular appendage off and throw it like a javelin.
Yeah, people will do that as well, I assume.
Sorry, what?
Yeah,
I mean, I've never tried to do it, but
How
Can
can I
confirm,
speak
Nick.
personal
I
experience?
just assume that's what bomb surgery is. Just rip it off and toss it at enemies like a javelin. Right, what's happened in this combat? I've lost track.
The shark went away.
Enemy's turn.
Oh, an enemy, sorry.
Yeah, we all level up to level 10.
And I suddenly have the deck of many more things.
And also, you promised to get a sword that keeps her.
I did promise that. I did promise that. It's a good thing I don't keep my promises.
Oh,
Drake, go quick.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bonus
before we
action.
lose me again.
Amity has also, still been listening to everything going on. So Amity has a pretty good idea of where everybody is.
They've been listening to everything going on, including the conversation about the octopus arms.
oh yeah.
No one else can see the very confused look on their face right now underwater.
Tattle's saying this all out loud. She's just, whenever she wild shapes, she just gives everyone fascinating facts about the creature she's wild shaped into.
But you can't speak.
Well, I have to get across, Nick.
You're just saying it in octopus. You're miming it underwater. By the way, in a place where they can't see anything.
Amity can though. Oh god, let's just go.
Yeah.
Natural 20 from Drake. Let's go.
Very good,
2d6
very
plus
good
2.
indeed.
9
That's a good 9 damage.
piercing.
9 piercing. Oh, very, very good. Let me just do some maths.
Also,
Okay.
I will have moved up this way.
Okay. Good damage on Coral Smasher B. The Coral Smasher is obviously more hardy than the other Sahuagin, but that's a good strike nonetheless. I'm going to roll morale for the Coral Smashers. How are they feeling about this? Oh, they're feeling all right. Mainly because they know a large shark is coming.
Stab it.
Yeah. It is Coral Smasher B's go. Coral Smasher B is
There's a bee?
kind of stuck there, which is really penned in, completely pinned.
Hole in the wall right there.
Yep.
They could just run away.
Yeah.
They could, and in fact they might. They're going to step this way and they're going to strike at the giant snake.
just rides on the shark like.
They're taking
Aquaman.
opportunity.
No, Drag can't see.
No, dry can't see. It's just Amity.
Yeah, Drag does not have blind sense. I will double check that, but I'm 90% sure it does not have blind sense.
Yeah. So with the hammer against the snake, it is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and a second attack with a hammer. Oh, that's worse. That's a 10. That's not going to hit. So you take 10 bludgeoning damage against the snake.
Ouch.
10, 18, 20.
Snake has blind sight, so that would be an opportunity attack.
I'd like my opportunity attack, please.
Yes, of course. Go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so it's going to be a bite because it can't constrict another target, but...
Yep.
Yeah, +6 to hit, 10-foot reach. Is it at advantage, or has it already left the... Because I think when it left, it would be...
It would have been, yeah, still in the fog, so you would have advantage because of the blind sight. Yep.
Lovely stuff.
Mhm.
25 to hit.
That hits.
Natural 19.
Well, this could be bad for Smash of B.
Eat him.
Well, to be fair, it's not as damaging as the constriction.
Could still be bad.
Find out. Together. 14 points of damage, nearly max.
Yeah, that kills Smash of B on the way out, leaving a blood trail in the water. Very good.
Instead of us.
Snecky just straight up bites him in two.
Nice.
Well, the other Smasher is still telepathically communicating to Moors, so maybe not. Very good, though. Very good. So it's Tattle. It's over to you now.
Okay. So, Tattle is going to take a look up on... I think Tattle is going to leave Snecky to do what he does best.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to, emerge on deck.
Schlop up to the top deck. Yep.
Okay, let me just double check. What's the movement speed of a giant octopus on land?
The crew on the top, of course, have not seen the octopus yet, so they've seen this giant octopus flop out onto the deck.
They've seen me repeatedly.
Yeah, no, they were below deck.
Yeah, but Tattle's been turning into an octopus tons of times.
True. Yeah, they did.
I want to see.
Yeah. So that basically uses all my movement to get up here.
Yep.
And then we're going to go to Sneck, who's going to continue giving out hugs because they are a loving Sneck.
Mm-hmm.
So this is still going to be at advantage because I'm just winning here.
Are you, though? That's very unfortunate.
That's 2 natural 2s for the collection, no?
Hubris.
Yeah, that was some big hubris. Like, it's on brand for this channel, so I approve. But, yeah. Anything else?
It's okay, I still love you, Snecky. But that's my go.
Okay. Coral Smasher C is still desperate to break this grapple. And so is going to try it one more time. Strength check. Oh, 22.
Oh, that does it.
And is going to go straight out.
Opportunity attack.
Yep, from Amity as well. Both at advantage. This could be rough. But he doesn't know. He doesn't know. That hits.
18.
Yep.
Okay, 2d6 plus 4. I already know this. 16 max damage.
Good lord. Still up now, bloodied.
No, I can't see anyone.
You've got advantage, Amity.
Oh, I'm at advantage. Okay.
Yeah, because of blind sight. Oh no, but you're underwater.
I am underwater.
Nah, yeah, so it's not an advantage. So unfortunately that doesn't hit. So it's gone 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think they can only move 30 in water. 40!
Okay.
Haha! It's mounting!
With it having left the fog cloud, I will then drop concentration.
Okay, so the fog cloud is immediately dropped, and everyone can now see to some extent. I mean, you're all underwater.
A lot of blood.
a lot of blood, and probably in the distance out of this hole in the boat, you can see the largest set of teeth that you've seen in some time. This thing is larger than the dragons some of you have thought. It's a big shark. And it is coming for you. And the coral smasher is like holding onto the fin on the top, riding it. Boop.
Oh, he's been eaten by it. He's dead.
Yeah, he was so bloody from all the damage, the shark had no choice but to eat him, like with the sea head.
He's Aquamaning it right now.
Is this the same shark?
No.
Aw.
So...
Is that-
Because that shark's dead. So, I'm pretty sure that one's dead, isn't it?
No, I meant the not the shark from Cake Maker, the one that's
the shark earlier that you talked to, right?
yeah, the hag summoned.
Oh, right, yeah. No, it's not that one. This just happened to...
Yeah, this is a massive...
This is a massive shark. This is... I think that you look at it, actually, from where you are, you can probably see, like, bits of armor plated onto the side. This is a war animal. This is the equivalent to a war elephant that the Sahuagin have. So, it's the crew's going. The crew are going to fire the ballista. They're going to do their best. So, let me give it a go. So, actually, I'll tell you what. Let's see. Nigel, you're up there. You're the captain. Can you roll me an attack roll, please, with a +6?
Got it. Come on, coffee dice. Yeah, that is a 10.
That is a 10 with a +6. That was not going to hit. So the ballista bolt launches out into the ocean and splashes next to the moor. But, you know, it's... They're getting closer. The rest of the crew scramble to reload it, and it is reloaded for next turn. Moors is going to come with... we're just going to remove the Coral Smasher from here until it becomes relevant. Moor's going to come in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... Actually, has swim speed of 50 feet, so can do much more. And he's going to try and lunge in and bite Amity through the hole. So this is going to have disadvantage because it's a small hole, but it will do damage to the ship as well.
Can Steely Dan do protection now?
You got visibility, so possibly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was wondering if it's the kind of protection where you have to be next to the person being attacked or next to the attacker.
It says imposes disadvantage on the attack roll of one creature that it can see within 5 feet of it.
Okay, so you've got to be next to the enemy, I'm afraid. Amity, do you have all your hit points?
Let me check that. I do not.
Okay, advantage, because turns out sharks have this as well. So I guess that's no surprise.
So it evens out into a straight roll.
Yep. But it also does half damage. So...
Yeah. Well, it's going to do some... I'm so sorry, Amity, that's a nat 20.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, for crying out loud.
I know, that's really unfortunate. I need more d10s, hold on.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
I need 6 d10s.
No. Are we about to lose another Enfys
Let's do this in
character?
Albert.
You might actually, yeah.
Oh no.
6d10 could do it
Oh
on
no,
an
it's doing
average roll.
d100s.
Oh my god.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.
my
I've gone
God.
too far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right.
Halved.
I'm... Oh, halved.
Yeah.
Because
So hang
they're
on.
enfeeblement.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, it's
16?
been Raven
No,
Female.
19.
Hang
19.
on. +6 to this. So 45 half to 22.
I'm not down.
Not down.
Wow.
Hooray for foresight.
Does
Yeah.
the hull have like an exact hit point number, or
It does on the stats that I sent Blue a while ago. Honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about the HP of the hull. The hull's got like 200. It's not going to take that much damage. It's just more. It's going to take some damage opening the hole wider, basically. The hole is now widened, so it will be able to bite normally in the next attacks. And Amity You're in its mouth.
Hooray! Am I grappled?
You are... Let me check. Yes. Yes, you are.
Nick,
you are grappled.
Nick, for future reference, is this thing considered a beast?
This is a beast, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a beast. So, yeah, you are grappled in its mouth. Are you still conscious?
Yes.
Fantastic. That's good, because, you know, there's the other major problem with being underwater is if you lose all your hit points, you're going to lose your air, and you can't regain hit points while you're underwater.
Amity can still breathe underwater.
Of course.
Yeah, they can.
That's great. Never mind. God, that's really helpful that it's you that's getting, like, shit over by this shark, isn't it? Like, anyone else would be in some serious trouble. I mean, you are in trouble, but not as much as anyone else. That's good. No, that's great. Okay. The Moor has 10 more feet of movement, so 5, 10. Swimming away with Amity in its mouth. Now, the snake can make an attack of opportunity. As I believe the giant snake would be adjacent to it at the time of the attack.
I think it already used it, didn't it, on Coral Smasher Sea?
It did. It did,
Sorry.
didn't it? It did, absolutely. Okay.
Wait, would Tattle be in range for an attack of opportunity because she's got 15-foot reach?
No, it would have been up here on the boat equivalent. Sort of this bit, which would have
How long
been
is this shark?
not far enough because it would have been, yeah, a good 10 feet further away. How long is this shark?
It's not just 25 feet.
25 by 25. It's a gargantuan shark.
Wait, I remember from Cake Maker the description says it's 30 feet long.
Oh, yeah, it's not that shark.
This is a circle shark.
The one from Cake Maker didn't grapple things when it bit him. This
true.
is something completely different. All right,
Oh, no.
Thorek, over to you.
All right, I am going to stop being underwater.
Yeah, good choice. So you're now able to move at normal speed up there.
And that's the most I can move. Steely Dan is going to move. What's his movement speed? 40.
Okay, so it's going to be 20 feet underwater.
Right.
So yeah, about there. But obviously you can dash.
Yeah. I don't know if Steely Dan can dash.
Yeah, all creatures can do the standard dash, dodge, etc.
Dash, dodge, disengage. Dodge a wrench.
Okay, well, yeah, it will dash then. Go here. I think that's
Nice.
enough range. And then I am going to... So, because we were underwater for so long, I have this gun. Is its powder too wet to fire now?
I don't think we're in anywhere near a simulationist enough game for that to be a problem. Don't worry about it.
Okay. I'm going to shoot the shark.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is a 14 hit?
A 14 hits? Yep, absolutely.
Wow, that literally could not have rolled worse. That's 4 damage.
Oof. I mean, it's still some damage.
That one.
There's blood in the water again.
It shot like a part that was under the water, so it just slowed down really fast.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, absolutely.
And,
Okay.
That's it.
All right, Aegis, over to you.
Aegis looks around and sees everyone disappear, and he's got Drag and the giant snake left. He's like, "Oh, okay." Me and
But you
the
did just see Amity get eaten.
me and the creatures. It's up to us going. And he, I guess he's not saying this. He's thinking this.
Amity's
these creatures
starring.
anyway.
Aegis starring in We Bought a Zoo too.
But he picks up his javelin again, looks out of the hole towards Amity in this thing's mouth, and launches the javelin out.
Lovely.
Okay, let's go.
What's the range of a javelin?
What is it?
Because
30,
you're in the
120.
water.
So it is close enough for normal range. That'll hit, and I'm making this a menacing attack.
Oh, okay.
DC 13 Wisdom save.
All right, let's check the wisdom of Moors. Not great. Here we go. Time for me to roll a nat 20.
Yep, that's what we need. We need to make it brush off.
You've already had
definitely
two of
what we
them.
need.
I didn't, don't worry. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's not frightened. But it takes 12 damage from the javelin. And Aegis is going to stay down here.
That's good. That's good. That's real good damage, actually.
I mean, this thing is a gargantuan creature. It's not going to be felled by us, surely.
Probably not. But
it has a rider who is injured.
Yeah, I am wondering if we take out that rider.
Yeah, that's a good point. Let me put that back on.
Like, will this thing disengage, or will it just carry on doing what it was last ordered to?
Sure is a theory.
It'll probably go away and eat me.
What if we, I don't know, dump all the fresh bodies out for food?
I have a plan for this. Don't worry about it.
Do you think your plan can get you out of the shark's mouth? Because I also have a plan for that.
I mean, they've just got to get ungrappled, right? I'm sure a shark doesn't have a lot of strength. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Nigel, over to you.
Okay. This is a dumb idea, but I have a grappling hook and the ability to fly. Would I... Yeah. Could I fly out of range of the shark's bite and drop a rope down for Amity?
You're going to winch them up.
Yeah, I reckon so. How long's the rope?
Let me check. I definitely have a bunch of rope.
I think they're generally 50, right?
Usually, yeah.
Yep, about 50 feet.
Yeah, you can do that.
All right. So
if you need to measure any distances, do it from this deck, because that's positionally compared to the shark where you are.
Yeah, I'd be here.
Yeah.
So let me measure that. This would be my movement speed if I was like flying diagonally upward, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Could Amity reach a rope there? Or Enfys, do you have a plan to get Amity out that is better than this?
No, I do not have a plan that's better than this.
I think you can dash, right?
Yeah, but I might want to use my... Is this an action to do this bullshit plan?
It feels like an action.
Yeah.
To me, it feels like an action's worth of stuff. Yeah, I think so. But what we'll do to sweeten the deal for you a little bit is this action will allow Amity to make a save to escape the grapple.
All right. So yeah, I'll fly up, hopefully way out of this thing's range, and lower a rope down.
All right, Amity, you may make me an acrobatics or athletics check, your choice.
Athletics it is.
I'm surprised. Are you a strength ranger? A stranger?
I'm using a longsword, so.
Well, fair enough. Let me check the... Okay. All right. Let's see what I roll. You have a chance. Not with that. I was going to say, I rolled a 13. You've got to be the 13.
Inspiration. Thank you, Mr. Blue.
Yes, I always forget mine. I don't want everyone else to.
That's why I try to use mine at that.
Nice.
You're out. So you push yourself free from the teeth. You like rip the jaws apart, grab the rope, and Nigel's able to pull you out of the Moor's jaws.
It's a shame that I just can't dash back with Amity in tow.
No, but that's pretty cool. Like, that's a pretty cool thing to succeed on.
If I bonus action Misty Step onto the ship, like in the air over the ship, would that like swing Amity over towards the ship because the rope is now somewhere else?
No, that would drop me back on top of the creature.
I would say that would probably drop
ask.
Amity back on top of the creature. It's a great question, actually. What happens to held objects during Misty Step, like rope? But I think that's going to drop it.
Okay.
Like, I imagine it would take the rope with you, but it wouldn't take Amity because Amity's not part of.
Yeah.
That'd be a hilarious scene.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so I'm just floating up in the air 30 feet up with a ranger on the end of a grappling hook.
Yeah,
Hey, lads,
that's
looks
really
like
cool.
I caught a big fish.
How long does your flight last for? Is it
4 hours.
for hours?
4 hours.
4? Okay, fair enough. That's great.
Effectively, indefinitely.
Yeah. That's not going to be a problem at all. Okay, that sounds.
Thank you, Bree, for the
great.
winged boots.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay, Amity, over to you.
Okay. So, once per long rest, I have a very nice ability regarding Drag. I can just summon Drag. There is nothing that says that Drag has to be non-existent at the time.
Indeed.
So, can I use that ability to summon Drag now?
Boop. Blink Dragon. Yeah, I don't see any reason why not. There's no, unless it says it has to be on like an empty surface or something like that.
Let's just double check that, shall we?
But otherwise, that's fine. Yeah.
On top of a shark is an empty surface.
Unoccupied space of your choice within 30 feet. So
The Sahoogan's
empty
riding the
space.
shark.
I want it to appear as close to the thing riding the shark as possible.
okay, so close to the fin up near the top. All right, yeah. Drag appears and falls down onto the shark. Okay, can I get a dexterity save from Drag?
Yes, you
Because this thing is slippery and a slope. So
I mean, Drag has claws.
I am aware that because of the size of the thing, there are rules that allow me to climb it. So
There
that's
are?
not a problem. What did you just ask me for?
a dexterity saving throw to remain upright and not fall into the water.
Yeah. 11?
You know what? I think that's okay. I think here we'll go for an easy check, not a medium check.
Yeah, I mean, I would have chosen somewhere as stable as possible. So.
Yeah. No, I think that's okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. Especially as you say, Drag's got claws and things like that. So.
Yeah, claws and teeth and stuff. Normally, Drag is made just pure rock, dirt, and trees, but there were no rocks, dirt, or trees out here. Some of the stuff I imagine would have flown from the ship to here, but also, do you know what else is in the sea? Other kinds of plant life. Now there's like
coral.
seaweed and other kinds of corals. Yeah.
Okay.
Drag is just made of
So,
fish.
like,
Nah.
Drag's just got a makeover and is now sea-themed.
I love it. Yeah, that's great.
And also gets a shouted order from Amity to fuck up Coral Smasher Sea.
Yeah. So just so you know the rules, I've looked it up. This is going to be difficult terrain for Drag.
Yeah, that's fine.
And obviously, Moors is well within its right to simply rotate upside down.
Yes, absolutely. That's fine.
But that will be on their turn.
So this will be an attack against Coral Smasher Sea. I assume straight roll?
Yeah, it should be a straight roll up at the moment.
16.
Okay, 16 hits. This is a hell of an ending to this combat, if it's an ending to this combat.
7 piercing.
And it is! Drag lunges forwards and gets Coral Smasher C's neck between its teeth. And does that thing pit bulls do with babies and just shakes it all around. And
Nick, I'll not hear this pitbull slander.
I actually love pit bulls, but they have a reputation for a reason.
Every pit bull I've ever known has been just a sweetheart.
It's because pit bulls tend to get bought by people who want pit bulls for their aggression. That's the problem.
Absolutely.
They have the reputation, and that is sort of reinforcing. But In this case, Dreig has like a German Shepherd around I don't know, just anyone the police state hates.
That's better.
Grabbed Coral Smasher C by the neck, shaking, and Coral Smasher C falls lifeless into the water. Moors is still here, but that's that psychic link, or no, it's more telepathic link, is severed. So it's now just going to act like a beast. It's just a wild animal, and wild animals can be dealt with without killing them. Okay, I think that's Amity and Dreig done, I'm assuming?
Yep, that's everything.
Great.
I just want to point out something. Guess who has the ability to cast Animal Friendship? Flying pirate.
That's a smart move. That is a smart move. I just love this image in my head here of Nigel flying over with this rope, Amity squeezing out of the jaws of this humongous shark to grab the rope, get pulled to safety just as Dreig teleports in, like blink, and goes straight for the neck of that Coral Smasher, all within like 6 seconds. That is an incredible choreographed scene to happen. What a wonderful bit of D&D. Tattle, over to you. What's the octopus going to do to one-up this?
Okay.
I didn't realise this was a competition.
It's always a competition. There's nothing collaborative about D&D, Ben.
I mean, like, I thought turning into an octopus was pretty cool, but no, you just had to do a daring aerial rescue and teleport a dragon in to just bite. How can I compete here?
I bought the grappling hook because I envisioned doing something just like this, if you can believe it.
If you wanted to do something cooler than that, you need like 6 or so druids to turn into seals.
Oh, no.
I don't get it.
SEAL Team 6.
Now I get it.
And that is a group of NPCs I've got to add to Guild of Icons at some point.
How if I add it to a quest first?
Yeah,
beat me to it.
Fair.
GM.
That's our next naval encounter.
GM race.
GM race, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, I know what Tassle's going to do. I mean, originally my plan was basically going to be to have her jump in the water and then have Snake just, go around Moors and just for a pincer attack. But that's a bit unnecessary now. We just need to make Moors go away.
Yeah. That's the tricky part, though.
So the question is, would Tattle be best at doing this as an octopus or as a tiefling?
You can't speak shark in octopus form, I will say that.
That's true.
I know I go fast and loose with the animal kingdom when you're wild shaped, or
I know. Yes, I know.
like, yes, technically speaking, a dolphin has been eaten by a shark, and the shark, technically speaking, was able to speak and understand what the dolphins were saying. But realistically, no.
Yeah, that's probably just, like vibes. You could just sense their fear.
Just vibes, yeah.
I mean, don't ask how the shark knew the dolphin's name. But...
Maybe the shark made up this whole story.
I mean, we'd established that. Anyway, I think the question is, do I want to burn a spell slot here? Oh, it's just one spell slot.
On the nose, so it gets stunned.
Boop the snoot.
Yeah, Tattle's going to unwild shape.
Just rotate it like the...
Run to the bow of the ship. And basically, normally she ritual casts, which is basically her carefully writing sigils in dirt. Instead, what she does is, she basically just grabs a... she just starts with her left hand, she starts just sort of tracing sigils in the air. And she pulls a handful of dirt out of her pockets. Druids just do that.
Yeah.
As do rogues.
They just do
And
that.
holds it in the middle of the sigils, which sort of briefly glow in the air. And she just rubs it, she just spits in her palm, mushes it into her mud, and just wipes it under her eyes. And this is how she casts from a spell slot Speak with Animals. And she's going to shout to Moors. Okay, look. Your friends are dead. It's been a long day. You can just walk away. There's not going to be any food for you here.
I mean, they're all the corpses now.
Wait, that's a good point. I'll make
Free
you a
food.
deal. If you go away now, we'll just throw the dead overboard for you to eat. If not, well, they won't miss with that ballista a second time. What say you?
Make me a persuasion check.
Okay. How charismatic is Tattle? No, not terribly uncharismatic. Can I have an advantage because I'm offering it food?
No.
Oh,
That's allowing you to roll a persuasion check at all. Because right now, Morse is winning.
that's true. That's a 9.
A 9. It's got a decent enough wisdom. You hear back from the Moors. Actually, I think I'm going to eat all of these, thank you.
No, you sound very different to how I was expecting.
I'm very hungry. You will be a delicious
Okay.
snack.
Okay, are you like this because all the other sharks bully you?
No, this is just my voice. It's not the result of bullying. What are you talking about? If anything, you're the one bullying me now about my voice. I'm going to eat you now.
You're going to find out what happens when a druid decides to bully you? Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to eat you. That's what happens. When anything tries to bully me, I eat them.
Well, it sounds like you have a complex.
No, it's very simple.
Possibly. So you admit you are bullied, though?
What?
Well, you just said if you're bullied,
Oh my god!
you do a certain thing, so logically you must be bullied.
I don't understand.
Don't piss off the giant jar!
Are you saying I don't have any friends?
Well, this isn't a way to make friends now, is it?
This is Hayes and Sir Horatio all over again.
I'm going to eat you first. All right, Tattle, anything else?
Why don't you come onto the ship and say that?
Oh no!
Are you sure you
And
want to
she's
do
going
this?
to move. She's going to move to the opposite side of the ship.
No, you would just eat through the ship! Oh no.
Okay, you know, that was actually quite immature of me, and I'm sorry. It's a stressful situation. I defer to my colleagues. And that's how I go.
Okay. You can roll me another persuasion check for your apology, but I don't know. You weren't like playing a ukulele or anything, so it's not a very good apology.
I resummon spiritual weapon as a ukulele.
12.
That's not good. Not good for the kind of apology you needed to do. That's not good.
Yes, Hassan is playing his ukulele. He's playing a song for himself. So we need to apologise to a giant shark shoot-ups.
Okay, it's the crew's go. They've loaded the ballista. They're going to fire it again. Can I get an attack roll, please, with, I believe it was +5.
You said
From...
+6.
Oh, it's +6 then? +6. From Nigel, please, as captain.
Okay. You know what's funny? I rolled a persuasion check to see like what would happen if I somehow managed to talk to the shark. I got a 24, and that has the same bonus as the ballista. Can I use that 24?
No.
Okay. I just thought I'd ask.
Tell me, ask me again when you become a divination wizard, but until then, no.
Yeah. 23.
Ooh, that hits though. Can you roll me 3d10, please?
Yeah. Okay.
The really funny thing, of course, is that before Tattle's conversation, the shark, would have just been out for food, and when it became, it became clearly too dangerous to be worth the effort, would have probably swum off. But now this is personal.
Now he's.
It's okay. I have a solution for that as well.
Punch him in the
15 damage.
nuts.
15 is good damage. All right.
Half a max.
Okay, it is Moore's go. Amity, you're obviously hanging under Nigel, so I'm just going to move you slightly.
Yep.
Drag is still on Moore's.
Yep.
Moore's dips under the water and moves, and we're just going to go over here because it matters. Launches up out of the water and onto the deck.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Okay then.
Stupid question. Would either Amity or myself get an attack of opportunity?
No.
We're holding on to our
Realistically, both of you are like quite high up at this point, so as not to, yeah. But okay. So first of
It
all,
just speared itself on the crow's desk.
I'm gonna need Dry to make me a dexterity saving throw just to hold on through all of this.
Yep.
In fact, actually, I'm making it a strength. This is strength at this point. Like when this twisting is happening, it's not balanced. This is pure like grip.
My teeth in the fin, holding on for.
Yeah, exactly.
Same modifier.
Because this thing is just launched through the water super far.
Nope.
Okay. Dry, yeah, you are in the water about here. Okay. Now, Moz is going to go for you, Tattle.
Can I have Steely Dan use deflect attack?
Absolutely, yeah, this is a perfectly valid time to deflect the attack, so disadvantage?
Yep.
Okay.
Credit where credit's due. I wasn't expecting this.
That is a 27 to hit. Now, I will say, I rolled an 18 and a 20, so this has robbed me of a nat 20.
Well, at least it did something.
Yeah, which is
By the
good.
way, those nat 20s.
Yeah, they do. They do hurt. Right, where are my where are my d10s?
Does
okay.
Nigel still have the Raven Feeblement?
They'll have.
Yep. So still halved. Oh, it gets to do a con save at the end of its turns, doesn't it, against Raven Feeblement?
Yes.
Yeah,
I should have done one before. Let me do one right now.
of course.
That is an 18. It being huge, it has pretty good con.
Yeah.
Where are all my d10s? They are hiding from me. They're like, no, don't possibly damage the Tattle. There they are. Okay.
She's adorable.
It's alright, she's got her wild... Oh, no.
26 piercing damage.
Ouch.
Ow.
Yep. Chomp. And you are grappled.
Most of my health.
But it is now stuck up on the boat at the moment. Kind of just like leaning on things. There's a few bits of crushed wood underneath the shark. All right. Featuring fantastic new art. Moors is on the boat. Thorek, you are up first.
So I would like to ask, if I shoot a fireball into its mouth, will it damage anything else? Like, will it have the potential of hurting, like, Tattle or?
Its mouth is like 20 feet away.
Look true.
Well, it would be facing the other way, wouldn't it? Because it attacked Tattle.
Yeah, it is facing the other way. Yeah, it probably has a chance of hurting Tattle.
I don't want to set the boat on fire, and I don't want to kill Tattle with a fireball.
All the crew.
It probably. I mean, if you put it there, no, that's still only 10 feet. Yeah,
I mean, like into its mouth, so like it would explode from the inside. You know.
Even then, I think it's gonna hurt
like
everyone
the
around
ending
it.
of Jaws in a tank.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, fuck. First of all. Second, Thorek will shout out, "If we die here, I want you all to know I fucking hate the ocean."
Yes.
Lol.
What do you think?
And,
Inspiration for that? That was funny.
Me and Steely Dan will combo attack on it with the Warhammer and his attack.
I don't give inspiration for funny things. I give inspiration for good roleplay. That was good roleplay as well,
Roleplay.
but it needs more than that.
All right, that is
Also-
18 to hit.
The shark is out of
18
initiative.
hits. Oh yeah, I need to add it back on. But yeah, that absolutely hits.
11 bludgeoning damage.
Question. Do melees have advantage on the shark? Because it's out of the water.
No.
Oh.
And then
I've brought it in as a
22 to hit.
non-combatant token, so I'm just going to add a separate token to the initiative. That also hits, yeah.
For 10 force damage.
10 force damage. Okay. How much was the initial damage again? Sorry, I was just sorting out the initiative tracker.
I did.
You said 11.
Yeah, I did 11 damage.
Nice. That's good damage.
That's
You're actually you're getting there on this thing. You are getting there.
I don't believe you.
Well, you're not going backwards. It's not regenerating. Yeah, that's great. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. We go to Aegis. Aegis, you're kind of underwater.
Yeah, I was discussing this during the break. I am.
Ben, can I propose something?
Yeah.
Swim out the hole and up.
You won't have any way of getting on the ship.
Yeah.
Climb speed. It's just difficult terrain.
I mean,
it's not moving.
That would probably take me.
Vote that is coming your way.
Yeah.
Like.
There's
I'm
a
sure
rope
the
hanging
boat
over
has
the water.
like some like ropes or something on it so that people could climb up out of the water.
I mean, that's
Ideally, no,
reasonable.
because
It
that's how
would
you get
probably have some
boarded.
rigging. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So you could probably just climb up inside.
Okay. How about this? Could Tattle get the giant snake to grapple Aegis on its next turn and pull him up onto the top?
We are dramatically overthinking this. How high is the water on the
Oh
ship
yeah,
right now?
water's up to the deck, so you can just climb up. Yeah, that's no
climb up.
problem. You just just swim up to
Get
it.
out here. Yeah, just get up here this turn.
Okay. I mean, okay. In that case, yeah, I'll just do that.
Obviously, it's difficult terrain for you. Just to bear that in mind.
Yeah.
But
I can. It takes me all my movement just to get 10 feet, and then I can. Dash
because
to get onto the boat.
You're a dwarf.
So, yeah. Oh no, not moving sploosh. Can I get onto the boat? Like, if
Yeah,
come
I think
out
so.
and- yeah. Okay, I'm on the deck. And that's me.
All right, you're back up. Okay, Nigel, over to you. You're currently like a rescue helicopter. Yeah. You could use Amity as a weapon.
Oh no!
I'm currently like
weapon.
currently
Amity,
climbed
would
up
you
on
like
the
me-
rope and has a foot in the grappling hook. And he's just
Amity, would you
pop
like me to
a
drop you
hole.
in the crow's nest?
Me boat was in the crow's nest. That'd be handy.
Yeah. So I fly Amity over to the crow's nest.
Okay. That's pretty easy. How much movement is that? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So that's going to be 30 feet of movement to get to the crow's nest.
I got it.
Yep. All good.
And I am floating over the crow's nest.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't used an action. So, yeah, has the shark been hurt at all?
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
quite recently.
Yeah. Toll the
Not
dead on the
bloodied, but a
shark.
fair amount. Ooh. Lovely. Is that a save on that one?
Wisdom save.
Ooh.
DC 14.
Okay, let's see what I get for our shark. Free.
Lovely. I'll just roll it in Owlbear. I don't know how to change it to a D12 and D&D Beyond.
It should just do it.
Not much damage.
Okay.
Yep.
2 damage. I suppose it's quite large. A lot of it is still clinging to life, and so it's
Man,
not
the
quite.
magic doesn't take hold.
It's not quite taking hold just yet. But maybe if you try again, you never know. Yeah.
Man.
You're currently tolling the living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could bonus action spiritual weapon and hit it with that, but that's my last level too.
You could.
That is up to you.
This isn't necessarily the only encounter you'll have.
No, it's not. This is why I'm a little wary about doing it. Okay, so I'm floating above the crow's nest. I think I'll... Yeah, I think just in case somebody goes down, I'm gonna... Actually, no, I already used my action. But healing word is a bonus action. So, wait, can I hold a bonus action to heal somebody? No, that doesn't work.
Not a bonus action, no. Has to be a full action.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's my turn for now.
All right, we go to Amity. Amity, you're in the crow's nest. Back on land.
Item interaction.
Not
Pick up the bow.
traumatized at all by what has just happened.
I would also imagine I'd keep one quiver up there, like, secured. So I always have a bunch of arrows, and the rest of the arrows would be with my stuff.
You are also the only one with the no fall system,
which is not currently attacked. So,
I mean, it was on you, so like you just hook it onto whatever. So,
assuming I'd be wearing it for the thing, but I've got a ring of feather falling anyway, so it's all good either way. More importantly, item interaction to pick up the bow, but I'm not going to use it this turn. I'm going to use my once per long rest casting of Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I believe I have that as ranger. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Parfait always
and then
do that.
Yeah, no, right. I never get to use this. This is like the first time ever.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to call down to the to the shark. Now would be a really good time for you to leave, or we will unleash upon you what we dealt out to your... what do I call them? Masters? Because they were commanding it, sort of? Yeah. We will unleash upon you what we dealt out to your masters tenfold.
Make me an intimidation check. While you're rolling that, Tattle, I can't remember. Are you grappled at the moment by it?
I believe so.
Is it an automatic grapple on a successful attack?
Yeah.
Yep, I'm grappled.
Cool. It just whether I've got to talk with my mouth full or not.
+1. Do I get advantage because of the damage we've been doing to it?
No.
The wailing on this thing.
It's good though. It's good.
It's a good roll.
None of that's picked up.
I can't believe I already forgot that voice.
I don't know if those were words, but it got filtered out by the expression.
Oh, I heard it.
I heard
it.
I heard noise.
Now, bonus action. I'm just gonna. Mechanically, it uses a bonus action, but like gameplay wise, I'm gonna say Dry's just gonna keep doing what Dry's been told to do, which is get to the shark and. No, Dry hasn't been told to attack the shark yet, but the shark is attacking Tattle. Dry's gonna attack the thing. That was 2, right? So 20 foot.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would get onto here, which is that the full movement then? No, that'll be 30 foot, right?
Yeah, that'd be 30.
Right, so that brings me to 35. Am I close enough to make an attack? Not quite sure how with that.
Yes. Yeah.
Bite the snoot.
All right. Yeah, because it's a gargantuan creature. It's sort of 25 by 25 on the map, really. So yeah, you're close enough.
It misses.
No luck though. Yeah. Well, it's just its skin is so tough.
Yeah.
So coarse and rough, like sandpaper.
It is surrounded on all sides. There's no flanking at all.
Nigel, you're up in the air.
Yep.
No, nothing's on the opposite side, really. Like, it would have to be something over here.
Yeah, fair enough.
At the moment. You're kind
Steely
of all in the
Dan
line.
does not quite qualify.
Right. We go to Tattle then. Tattle, you're in the Moor's mouth.
So, yep, Tattle's just taunted a shark. The shark's jumped onto the boat, grabbed her, and it's got her in its jaws.
Yeah.
And her response to this is to well, obviously she's got limited movement because she's stuck in its mouth, but she's going to wipe a bit of the blood out of her eyes and just chuckle wryly.
Okay.
You know,
Interesting.
You actually remind me of a friend of mine. Yeah, we'd just get into silly arguments. Like, you know, once I got annoyed at them because they nearly burnt down a forest. So, you know what I did? I wild shaped into a giant spider, pretended I'd been eaten, and attacked them in their sleep.
Good time.
People, don't you? You're like a really big one. You don't even bully your friends.
There's the thing. It's hard to explain. But, yeah. It's kind of hard to yeah, it's just I mean, it's not bullying because, you know, it's equal. We know what we're doing.
Okay, so it's okay when the bully says it's not bullying. Alright, got it.
No, that's just our friendship dynamic. What I mean is, well, look at you. You basically beached yourself because, yeah, I can see it as being a dick. I mean, and I got myself bitten quite justifiably by an angry shark. I think we've kind of both got ourselves in a situation here.
Well, I don't know very long.
Well, you know, it's not too late for you to just put me down, head off. We'll chalk this up. We'll both chalk this up as a bad day. What do you say?
Persuasion check, please. With disadvantage, I feel, because you're trying to make this argument from within the shark's mouth. Like, from definitely a position of currently losing this fight.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally like one episode of Futurama.
Is it modified at all by the intimidation?
No, the intimidation is having a different effect, and it will have an effect. It's just, it will have an effect on the Morse go.
Yeah, that's fair.
I should have used my
9.
bolt. Sorry.
I lost a natural 19.
Bad luck. No, nothing yet. What would you like to do? Anything else?
Okay, did that check cost my action?
No, I'll say that one didn't cost your action. Future ones might, but that one didn't.
Okay, is it a strength check to try and wiggle free?
It is athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. No, it's particularly good, but I've got a +3 to acrobatics, so might as well try my luck.
Okay.
18.
I'm afraid I've just rolled a 24.
Damn.
Rip.
It's very strong. You're unable to get yourself free. You try pushing. You're not as strong as Amity, and the jaw just clamps back down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next up, I'm going to have Snake just sort of fiddle onto the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Could I try and have Snake just try and pull me free?
Sure, you can make a contested check. This would have to be strength on the snake's side.
Oh, okay. Is that... Well,
it would be athletics if you want, but yeah.
Yeah, the snake doesn't have athletics, so it's just going to be raw strength, which to be fair is +4.
You have to beat a 25.
I don't think I can do that, can I?
Sorry, I rolled one higher than the last one. I'm sorry, it's real bad luck. Like, that was an 18 and then a 19. That's bad luck. I mean, it's great luck for me. I'm doing great. I'm having the time of my life, but it's bad luck for you.
Yeah. Rolling anyway. Wow.
That is terrible luck because...
Yeah.
Oh my god. That's just... That is churlish of the game to do this to you. Yeah. Churlish.
Yeah.
The double 2s on the advantage earlier, and now that.
Yeah.
Grim.
Yeah.
Well, here's where Tattle dies, I guess.
It could be. It could be. The crew are a little bit worried because they can't turn this ballista around to face the
And
shark.
I'll yell at him to just stab the shark.
Okay, they're all going to draw a little, they got the little whittling knives. And they're going to make 3 attacks. Ooh, 2 of them will hit, I think. Yeah, 2 of them will hit. Dealing 10 points of damage in total. And that is now a bloodied giant shark. Okay. Moors is going to dive into the ocean.
Oh, thank God.
With Tattle in mouth.
No.
Oh, thank fuck, says Aegis.
Nick, how can it move on dry land, though?
Have you seen fish? They, splash around and thrash around. It's going to do that. It had difficult terrain up there, but there's nothing in its tableau that says it can't
sharks
move.
have 0 speed.
I'll giant shark.
It does. It's going to jump.
If everyone gets an attack of opportunity, though.
Oh, yeah, everyone gets an attack of opportunity.
Hey, I'm rolling for snake.
Snake, drag, the 3 crew.
Yeah, I'll roll the free crew right now.
Okay.
Ooh, 3 hits for the crew. I mean, fair play to them.
Nice.
So that's 15 points of damage from the crew.
There's an 11 hits.
Doesn't, I'm afraid. Off by 2. AC of 13.
Damn. Because it would be very funny if the snake actually managed to constrict the shark.
Ooh, 5 misses.
Bad luck as well for Dryg. That would have been very funny. I don't think it can, though, on size limits, but it might be able to, actually.
It doesn't actually say anything about size limits. It just says the target is grappled. Until this grapple ends, the creature is restrained.
Okay, well, fair enough.
It's
that is 20 damage from Thorek and Steely Dan.
20 damage. That's really good. Yeah,
Steely
great.
Dan got a crit.
Ooh, fantastic. Yeah, that's great. Looking at the rules, Tattle, the giant constrictor would indeed be able to constrict the giant shark.
Nice.
Did drag hit?
Nope.
No.
Drake can, as a reaction, give one random person a d6 of cold damage. Though.
Hand it out.
So d12.
Yeah.
2d6.
Double.
Oh, 2d6. Awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to use it on Dan's crit.
Yeah, 7.
Okay, very good. The giant shark is bleeding openly as it thrashes into the water again. And is it there or is it a little bit further away? It is there. Okay. And it is going to attack Tattle. 19 to hit.
Oh dear.
Just hits.
Okay.
Really wish I could have held action, spare the die.
26 piercing damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
Are you dead?
Nope.
All right, that's
6
good.
match HP.
All right, you're still. So you'll start making death saves, but Moors is, chomping away at you and swimming off. It's not looking good. We go to Thorek.
All right. I am going to. This is tough. This is a tough decision here. I'm just gonna, because he's out of range now, so I'm just gonna shoot him with my crossbow.
Okay, good shout.
For a 23 to hit. For 10 magical piercing damage.
Ooh. Very good. Okay. Yeah, blood is just seeping from this shark as it's swimming away. You can see other sharks sort of gradually approaching as well. But, they're quite scared of this thing because it's huge. This is the biggest shark you've ever seen, probably. Yeah. But that's great. That is really good work. Anything else, Thorek?
Nope. I can't really do anything else.
Okay. Aegis.
All right. Aegis, obviously having seen Tattle get flung off the ship with the shark and getting bitten to the last sense of consciousness, takes 1 step, 2 steps, jumps, tries to reach Tattle and shove a potion of superior healing into the.
Oh, I thought you were jumping like javelin first, but okay, yeah, jumping potion of superior healing first, straight into the shark's mouth.
Well, not the shark, Tattle.
Well, that's where Tattle is. So,
Don't heal the shark.
Okay.
make me a sleight of hand check.
Oh, fuck. All right. Do I have sleight of
Because
hand?
this thing is not
plus 3 sleight of hand.
stationary as you're jumping in and trying to put a healing potion in its mouth and Tattle's. Let me contest that with a raw dexterity from the shark.
Wait, if I use inspiration, do I have to use it now or after you roll?
You have to use it now.
Okay, I'll use it now.
14's not bad.
Oh, fuck. Shit, stuck.
Well, you're lucky I rolled a 3, aren't you? So, yeah, you dive onto this shark and you've got the healing potion ready in your hand. You uncork it, you pull up its snout and just shove the healing potion into Tattle's mouth. Tattle, your wounds start knitting together and consciousness returns. You're still inside the shark's mouth, which is not good, but you do have a friend, at least.
I'll roll the healing.
Dad.
Woo! That's a lot of healing.
I think you're back up to full.
Yeah, I'm maxed out again.
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's do this, Tattle.
you can hear the shark go, hey, that's not fair! Alright. That's great, Aegis. We go to Nigel now.
And what I just said about friendship.
Nigel, as some of you may know, does not like it when people fuck with his crew. So you can kind of see the black and white flames of Morian that he is somewhat known for just flaring out. As he flies over to the shark,
Yeah.
you have made the biggest mistake of what remains of your short life. And I cast Inflict Wounds at 2nd level.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Roll your attack.
That can't understand him.
18.
That hits. This could be big. Like, inflict wounds is... It's spicy.
That's like what, 4d10?
Only 15 though.
15 damage. Okay. It had 10 hit points left.
I told you to kill it.
I shouldn't have bothered healing you, Tattle.
You fly over, and you channel all this necrotic energy from the Morian, the god of life and death, into this shark, and it ruptures and blisters open and bursts all around it. And it disintegrates around your hand, leaving Tattle and Aegis in the water. Obviously, there are sharks approaching, but you've got enough time and you can fly. You can bring them back to the deck. Congratulations, gang. What a hell of a night.
As it
Yeah, I just have
Thorek.
net ride us back to the ship.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever seen any of the Overwatch trailers, but there's this fucking flying pirate with an expressionless mask reaching a smiling mask, reaching a hand down to the both of you after having just disintegrated a shark. He is still covered in black and white fire.
Literally mercy.
Yep.
Absolutely fantastic. Really well done, everyone. I think everyone did some really cool things in that fight. That was amazing. So, you are left in the middle of the night with a very damaged ship, flooded. Obviously, you're able to work at it. You've got however long the token lasts. I've forgotten again. Full day. You got a full day to pump out that water. It's going to take a while, but it will take less than a day. You've got crew, you've got buckets, you know. Thorek, you're able to start repairing the holes in the ship. You know, and I don't need checks for this because you've got enough time to repair them. You know, you initially put maybe some temporary patches in just to cover it up so that we can start pumping out the water, and then you get to work on more permanent fixes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My question is,
yeah,
because we have the anchor token, does the boat rise as we empty water out of it?
No.
Probably not. No. So when that wears off, it's just going to spring upward.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Well, I mean, once we've got the hole sealed, we can release the token, right?
I don't
Might be
think it
best
has
to
like
bail
a
out the
name.
water first because it'll take a lot less effort.
Yeah. It ends when I tap the token to the boat again, or 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll just start grabbing buckets and bailing it out.
And I would like to see how much of that shark I can harvest for rations and or. I don't know,
Sure. Give me a survival check.
downtime
Yeah, absolutely.
research.
Can I assist with the survival check?
I'll give you.
Yeah.
I was going to say, yeah.
You know what, Amity, see what you can make of the beast. You probably have much better survival than me.
Possibly. Let's see what
I have
Rex
+4.
here.
oh yeah, I've got better than +4. God damn, I'm amazing.
I would like to help.
6. D20
Oh, this must be what it's like going adventuring with my wife.
+6 advantage.
I want a shark skin cape. Parfait couldn't get one.
19.
Rex
Ooh,
to become
very
the
good.
shark puncher.
So you get a lot of shark meat. Obviously, that shark meat's not going to last forever.
No.
But you know, you can cook it, you can cure it, and get shark jerky, basically.
So
Do I get enough skin for a shark skin cape?
I think you get enough skin that you could make a cape out of that. Yeah.
No. Fine job, Amity.
Is this shark meat or is it like megalodon meat?
It is actually just shark meat. It's just a big shark. It's not megalodon. It's a shark of unusual size, but it is still species-wise a shark.
Souse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could I get a tooth?
I
You can take teeth. Yeah, you can each take some teeth. There's probably like 100 teeth in there.
Yeah.
The good quality ones is probably only 4 or 5, but
And these
It's a
can
shark. All of its skin is teeth.
these couldn't be used for like crafting a magic item as per the rules, right? Only like a consumable.
they could be used for crafting a magic item. Only for a CR of 5, but that is, you know, still reasonable.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what magic items that gives you. I think it might let you have uncommon. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to double check that later.
Yeah, 5 is uncommon.
I'll check real quick.
Let me see.
Yeah, uncommon, CR 4 to 8.
Excellent. You also find one of them was carrying a weapon that they didn't use because it's used for open warfare out in the air. It is used for when they're shark riding out of the water and attacking things in the air.
Oh.
You find a storm boomerang.
Ooh.
Nobody tell
Interesting.
Boomerang, if you will.
Okay.
Nobody tell Bonza.
Yeah, it is etched with the symbol of elemental air. When thrown, it has a range of 60 or 120 feet. Any creature that is proficient with the javelin is also proficient with this weapon. It deals 1d4 bludgeoning damage and 3d4 thunder damage, and the target must succeed on a DC 10 con save or be stunned until the end of its next turn. Once the boomerang deals thunder damage to a target, the weapon loses its ability to deal thunder damage and its ability to stun the target, and they return after spending an hour inside an elemental air node, which is not something that exists in our game, so we will change that by doing religious favor with a petrichor shrine, which we haven't found any of yet, but there are some around.
What if you just struck it with lightning?
Yeah.
I feel like that would also work.
That's not safe.
Probably.
It would be. Hand it to Steely Dan.
It would be hard to do, maybe, but that might give you a way to recharge it in a pinch. But the other way would be religious favors with petrichor would recharge it. But that is
Steely Dan in the middle of
that is a powerful weapon. Yeah, like hit him and potentially stun him. So yeah, you find one of those as you're clearing up the wreckage. One of the coral smashers had it, and they use it when they're attacking ship. Or you surmise that they use it when they're like riding sharks over the wave, cresting out, throw it at someone, stun them, and then take the ship for themselves.
Nice.
Cool.
Nice.
Do we finally get our short rest after all this?
You finally get your
rest.
short rest.
Hooray!
Well done. Well done.
I get literally all my things back on a short rest.
Congratulations, Nordmarchers. You finally have what the Guild of Icons players would refer to that one long ass fucking day. They've had one before. They know exactly which one I mean, where they had like 8 encounters in one day.
Oh.
You've had one. You've come through the other end completely fine. Yeah. Let's see. How long have we been going for? 2.5 hours. Yeah, I think we've got time for a little bit more. I will return us to the world map.
Yeah. During the rest, Castle's probably gonna try and seek out Aegis.
Yeah.
I've been thinking. Well, you wouldn't have known what I was saying. But, I told the shark about me and him. And you know what the shark said?
No, Tattle, I don't understand, Shark.
He said I bully my friends. I always thought the thing I had going with him was, we just gave each other as good as we get, but... do you reckon I must have been antagonistic towards him, while thinking everything was fine? Like, what if I find a way to get them out of hell and it turns out they were never my friend in the first place? What if I'm actually a bad person?
Tattle, that's baloney. Imp has stuck by for you through thick and thin. They'd be your friend no matter what you did or what you said. You two are the best of friends that I know of. And we will get Imp out of hell, and we'll be reunited, and I'm sure you two will take off exactly where you left off from, and relationships change, we make mistakes as we grow and learn how to conduct ourselves, but you're a good person. You're a good friend. I've seen it. I've received it, and I know that deep down your jesting is in good humor and good faith. And I know that Imp gives as good as they get, so you have nothing to worry about on that front.
I was not going to say anything, but she's just going to sort of look at one of the teeth from the shark and sort of pocket it as a sort of a reminder.
And hearing this discussion, Nigel will walk up behind Tattle and say, Tattle, for what it's worth, you're not a bad person. Half of the time, I'm a very bad person, and you don't come anywhere close to that.
You always jump scare people like that?
Only half the time.
From up in the crow's nest, you hear somebody shout down, Kim's a dickhead, or you're too good for them.
And you, Tattle shouts back with thaumaturgy, so she's still speaking in her sort of even tone of voice, but it's much louder. How would you know that?
Everybody knows that! What do you mean?
Tattle, we should have these conversations in a more private place next time.
Yeah, the new boat map actually has a private place.
Oh my.
Alright,
Like
let's set
people,
sail. Come on.
attach balls to a truck, like someone's done that for the boats.
No, I mean it has a bathroom.
Bree, goddammit.
Ooh la la.
Bree Aegis inspiration. That was lovely.
What would arrows made with these shark teeth do?
Hurt, probably.
I find out when you did downtime, eh?
Good answer.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a question for whoever handles the downtime. I don't know. I have some ideas if it ends up being me, but it could be someone else who ends up doing it. So I'll leave it to them. But yeah,
An arrow with
something,
stacking bleed damage.
something for sure. Right. So you have your short rest. You see, you can now all apply a short rest. You can roll some hit dice, recover some health. You recover all your features that recover on a short rest, and you sail on.
Where we will move one tile and immediately get waylaid by 28 things.
Let me reveal
I
some
asked that
fog.
question because with woodcarver's tools, as part of a short rest, you can craft arrows.
Yeah, you won't be able to craft anything special, but you can craft basic arrows for sure. Anything special would be craft a magic item downtime, but until eventually, I think artificers do get something that they can craft.
I forget the speed
Short
rules
rest or
on
long rest, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the stats of the new boat.
how long, how much.
Let me quickly get you your speed. Your travel pace is 15 tokens, which is what
how
it
much
currently
does
is
it take to go one token, one hex in the sea?
I believe it's free in water.
Cool. All right, I'll change that.
There
we go.
Yeah, so you start sailing on, and the sun rises, and it's a pleasant day. There's a relatively brisk wind, and it's keeping you cool until all of a sudden it stops, and it dies, and the boat slows to a crawl, and then stops.
Oh dear. Would Tattle be able to tell if this is natural?
Make me an Arcana check or Nature check. I suppose either way it works.
Can I give her advantage on that for my perch with the spyglass and looking for any signs of things?
Make
Also,
me
for what it's worth,
a perception check, please.
advantage.
Did you
Yes.
use that damn token again?
Where's my
Also, for
I
what it's
like
worth,
that.
the ship has oars built in, so it can move without wind.
Yeah, the crew are now going to the oars, but it's going to be slower movement.
Am I rolling nature at advantage, or is that going to be a separate thing for...
Depends on the
I've got
perception.
19.
A 19 is good. Yeah, you will be rolling with advantage.
Okay.
As Amity sort of relays some things. It wasn't something that you can just sort of auto provide advantage for in this case because of the way you were helping, so we had to see if you saw anything, basically. But yeah. So you're looking around, you're seeing signs in general, and we'll see if Tattle can relay anything.
Ooh,
That's a
probably have
16.
advantage.
16, so the water's gone completely flat, and that is very unusual. Even in areas of complete, essentially doldrums, the water doesn't go flat. It's starting to look like glass, almost, as it stretches off.
Oh no. Blue, they've attacked us in this campaign too.
Oh no, not the glass people.
And yeah, it's very, very still. It ripples as the crew move the oars through it. But otherwise, it's almost like there's this force that's causing it to return to flat again, flattening it out very, very quickly.
There's no effect from the wind or the tides.
No
Ship should
tide.
be this
Tattle,
smooth.
have you not noticed the moon's gone?
Yes, we've been petitioning to have something done about that. Jan was furious about it.
They probably stole it somehow.
I wouldn't be
Want
surprised.
the moon?
Those damn circular moon druids.
They'll do it. They'll steal this. I can't believe it. They jacked the moon. Kind of
Is
shit,
where all the
Aetos.
wizards come from?
Okay. So if I... No. I couldn't get a better perception check than Amity. I was going to say fly up and look around, but...
Could Tattle just try praying to Petrichor?
You can try that. Roll me a religion check.
Okay. don't think she's particularly good at religion, but it's better than nothing.
That was almost a natural 20.
Yeah.
What was the content of your prayer?
I think it's just been like a sort of a druidic, he's just going to sit there and meditate and just sort of try and commune.
Just like, yo, P-Dog, what's up?
It's more like there's no sort of words to it. It's just okay, nature's all around me. What's going on here?
You hear nothing back or feel nothing back, because petrichor is mostly experienced as a feeling of rushing wind through you, and there's nothing.
Yeah, that's a bit real dead moment there.
Here's the thing, though. You felt nothing with a good roll. That's not usual. Like, you might not have gotten any information, but you should... I would have expected an acknowledgement.
That was a 2. That wasn't a good roll.
Was 2.
Oh, that was a 2. I thought you rolled, like, a 19.
No.
Ignore me. Carry on as you were. Oh, okay. I'd like to do an experiment. Amity's athletic and a good swimmer and stuff. I'm going to feather fallen goodness, jump out of the crow's nest.
Okay.
Land on the deck.
Okay.
Tie a rope to myself, one end, and then the other end to the mast. You know, a good, sturdy, solid point. And then I'm gonna jump in the water.
Are you just going to grab onto this rope just in case you need quick pulling back in?
Yeah, you're pulling back in. Like, I'm not gonna be separated from the ship, but I could be held by something. So Aegis would be a good help.
While this is happening, can I ritual cast detect magic just in case?
Sure. Yeah. Amity, the moment your body hits the water, everything goes black.
Oh no.
And instead of a splash of water against your skin and the cold of the water, the wetness, you are floating in this black expanse. It's not entirely dark. You can see in the distance little flecks of light. And...
like stars?
A little.
Okay.
But it's more like you are in a world of black glass. So you can see these flecks of light, but they move along with your perspective. So it's like reflection.
Oh.
And it's just all around you.
What does this look like to the people on the ship?
Yeah. If we're watching Amity, what does this look like?
They're just swimming in the water. Well, they hit the water and then just went... and just stopped. So some of you are probably worried that they've instantly died. Yeah. But otherwise, you know, they're just in the water floating there.
They don't look unconscious or anything?
No, they're probably moving around a little bit, but they're moving around. They look like astronauts in outer space. That's how they're moving.
Okay. Oh, like awestruck in zero gravity.
So yeah, like moving like that. So you're not. That's not how people normally act when they jump into water. So you can understand that something is amiss here.
I think Aegis would interpret that as being in danger right at the moment. So, but he's going to be watching, keeping a careful eye.
Aegis, I don't like the looks of this. Pull him up.
Can I? If I. We've got these twinkling lights that move with my perspective. Well, if I look back towards the ship, do I see that? Like I've got the rope attached to me. Like, if I follow the rope, what do I see?
You follow the rope and then it vanishes.
Like
about 4 or 5 feet above you. And then you can see ahead of you this splinter of wood. It's probably about 4 inches long.
Is that
just old dusty wood?
The ship to be, or is it something else?
No, it's opposite direction from the ship, and it's just sort of floating there in this matterless expanse.
Can I grab it?
You're gonna have to sort of try and propel yourself forward towards it. It's out of your reach. It's about 30 feet away.
I know what this is.
Okay. Okay.
I have no idea.
I need to propel myself forward somehow.
Give
Could
them a
I?
minute, Nigel. It looks like they're onto something.
I know. I'm gonna say, but if it looks like things are going very wrong, could I grappling hook them out of the water like a prize crane?
You could certainly try.
Yeah, certainly try.
Okay. I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
I want to follow the boat back up towards whatever this event horizon is.
Mm-hmm.
Establish where the boat is, like through it, because I want to angle myself to whereby I'm half in and half out, so I can see where this thing is, but have the boat as a launching off point.
Okay. As you turn around, you see a pair of eyes the size of a mountain.
Oh fuck! Breeze.
And you see the sort of, and these eyes are very sort of like lizard eyes, so there's like vertical slits. They narrow, and they see you and this splinter of wood. Now they're quite far away, but you see the eyes start to approach. But they're not going straight for you. They seem to be just slightly off angle, like they're aiming for something else, like they're aiming for the wood.
Are these eyes reminiscent of anything I would recognize?
They look draconic.
Fuck.
For sure. Like you've seen them in like Draig's eyes. But this is beyond, like, you've heard tale of great worms being these gargantuan creatures that herald storms and are the size of the clouds themselves. This is even bigger. Seems really intent on that one splinter of wood.
Okay, right. This is going to be quick, fast, right? Same thing, except before I push off to get that splinter of wood, I'm going to dip my head up and look up at Aegis and say, 30 feet.
You're going to say 30 feet?
No. I'm wondering. Okay. Count to 10, call me in, and then head down, push. I want that wood.
Okay. Going back up and talking to Aegis has given it the head start. So,
yes, I was
the way we're
expecting
going
this
to do
but-
this, contested strength check. Not contested, actually. It's
I was going to say, I'd lose that. I lose that if it rolls a 1.
You're making a strength check. It is going to set the DC with a strength.
Okay.
A strength check of sorts.
Yeah.
But it's not really a strength check that it's using. Okay, and it has advantage because you gave it a head start.
Could I argue athletic?
Absolutely athletics, yes. 100%.
Yes.
Athletics is literally what was made for this. Yeah.
This is the same dragon that was in the white bar in the ocean that Tattle almost died to see.
Some kind of black variant, yeah.
No. The black one makes the sea all shaky and inky. The white one makes the sea calm and still. I think.
Oh, it could be similar, yeah. But I'm not in the white space that Tattle was
bigger
in.
than that one.
Yeah, I'm in a different space to what Tattle was in, is the thing.
Yeah.
This is much larger than what Tattle was talking about. And you have
I
only
rolled a
seen
16,
the eyes. You rolled a 16.
I don't think that's going to be enough.
That is just enough. DC was set at 15. You dash forwards as these eyes bear down on you, and as it gets closer, you start to see more detail. What you previously thought were shimmers of light that moved with your perspective, you are looking at a gargantuan obsidian black dragon. And this thing is made of almost pure nothingness. And it lunges forward and it opens its mouth, and its mouth is large enough that it could swallow countries. And you reach forward and you grab the splinter and the 10-second timer goes off, and Aegis and Nigel start pulling you back up just as the jaws close in front of you, and you see these teeth, and this shockwave ripples through you from the might of it. And you see one interesting thing when the jaws close and this shockwave ripples is that the dragon initially looked like it was made of shimmering either black metal or black stone, like obsidian, ripples as if it itself is made of smoke and nothingness. And you are pulled out and back onto the deck holding this twig.
Just shaking like a leaf at that point. Like,
is the water still on our side?
The water is back to normal. Strange.
Amity, what was that?
That was. I've never. I mean, I've had dreams of dragons since birth, but that was. Oh, but it was huge. That was.
I didn't see a dragon.
There was still. I know a dragon when I see a dragon, but dragons are what I do.
There wasn't.
It was a dragon.
There's
And
no
I-
going with water. First, Tattle nearly dies hallucinating a dragon, and now Amity's seeing one.
You saw a dragon too? Was it huge?
It was-
Was it big? Pearlescent? More
Big?
beautiful than anything you've seen in your life?
It was made of like glass and smoke and nothing. It could have swallowed the entirety of Aetos in and of itself. That's just what I could see. I couldn't see its body. I saw an eye, and
Where did you go?
It opened its maw. I don't know. It has to be some kind of like plane shift, right? I like, arcane stuff is not my strong suit. There's a reason I'm not a druid. Like, big part of the druid community, not a druid, because I suck at magic.
This is terrifying. Nigel, get us out of here.
Yeah. Please get us away from whatever this place is. Also, I would like to examine this stick.
And before I give the order for the ship to go away, I just want to take a quick look and see if I can see anything Amity is talking about, because Tattle's seeing a dragon, Amity's seeing a dragon. I want to see if I can.
Just looks like
them.
water. Just looks like water.
it's back to
Also,
normal. It's not
Amity's
been
holding
flattened.
a hand up and saying that they found something, but they're just holding a hand forward. There's nothing there.
Do I see or feel something there?
Oh, yeah. Splinter of wood, about 4 inches long or so, maybe an inch thick at the thickest point.
I mean, we the players know what it is.
I know.
One player knows.
It's a splinter of wood. I'm telling you, there was this random bit of wood just floating through space. Look, it's I figured one of you magical folks could help me, or could take a look at it and just say what it
Amity,
is. Because
you're not holding anything.
Has
How do you
Tattle
know?
finished casting Detect
Not yet.
Magic? Sorry.
It's been like at most 1 minute. This all happened very quickly, so you're still ritual casting.
I take the piece of wood between finger and thumb, and I poke Aegis with it.
Aegis, you feel nothing.
Amity, I think you need to lie down.
Let's wait for Tattle. I'm feeling a little shaken. I'm gonna take a moment, but
I feel very uneasy about this, Nigel. I really feel like we should move on.
All right, Tattle can do her thing while we're moving.
Yeah.
Sails down. Let's get out of here.
You start sailing on. Tattle, you finish your ritual for Detect Magic, and a locus of energy sitting about 2 inches above Amity's palm is brighter than a sun gone supernova.
What school
You can't
of magic
see
is it?
the object. Or school of magic.
is it a school?
All of them.
Whoa.
Oh, hot like incandescence.
Amity, you appear to be holding all the magic.
Is this the sparks?
Not quite blue, but not far off.
She turns to everyone else and says, "They're definitely holding something."
I mean, the rest of you know things can be invisible and things can plane shift into other planes.
But
there's the ethereal plane and that sort of thing. Well, you wouldn't feel it if it was on the ethereal, for example.
Oh, okay.
And things like that. I mean, Aegis maybe doesn't know that bit because that is probably slightly more advanced planar knowledge.
Aegis is only just starting to understand magic at all.
But magic is weird.
What? So,
could
looking
Tattle
at
and
this,
Amity
hold on, Nigel first. Nigel first.
So, being told that there's something there we can't see, I will unhook a lantern of revealing off my belt and light it.
Doesn't reveal anything in this case. It's not invisible.
Oh, whatever it is, it's not invisible.
Could Tattle and Amity compare notes on what they saw to see if they can sort of work anything out, or?
Sure. Yeah. You can you can combine notes. You can make an Arcana check. This will be very, very hard.
I would.
From Amity's perspective, this is just Amity relaying as much information from what they've seen as possible to Amity, because Amity is a magic person here.
Also,
as established, Amity is bad at magic.
Thorek. Yeah, what were you saying?
Well, I was gonna see if I could try to do identify, but I'd have to be able to touch it.
What if Amity just... Okay, so you can't feel it, but what if Amity just holds, like, the stick to you? You'd be touching it, possibly, but you wouldn't be able to feel it.
I don't think that's gonna fly.
Yeah.
You can try.
Certainly try.
Doesn't cost me anything.
I'm not going to stop you trying.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to.
Okay.
See if we can do that.
So, I'm assuming, Tattle, you're using the fact that you can see where this locus of energy is to sort of move Thorek's arms during the ritual to exactly the right point. Thorek, you cast Identify. And this is an interesting one. Okay.
It worked. Maybe.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Alright.
These are the noises Thorek is making as he's casting the spell.
You don't get the full properties of the object, but instead you get merely a name. But that is enough to learn a lot of things about it over time. Because the object as it stands has no properties. But in your head you hear this sort of distant, ethereal chorus of a voice identify this as the Wand of Creation.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Yeah, Bree's known it for ages, like from the moment I described a fragment of wood, but yeah.
Okay,
We'll relay this.
Now that name is not something that really means anything to any of you. The Wand of Creation has, for the player's benefit, been a very tightly guarded secret.
The Wand of Creation.
I thought Coil had that. Why would it? Okay, as a player, you've thrown me for a loop.
Yeah, no, I've seen just enough of Guild of Icons to know what this thing is.
I have no idea.
So,
as a character, Amity's like, go on, Blue.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like creation is akin to life. Could I try a prayer to Morian to get some information on this?
Yeah, you can try that. Have you got any religious favors left?
Oh, I've got 3.
You can try a religious favor for it. A prayer might give you a small amount of information. A religious favor might give you a bit more. Especially if you roll high on it, because if you manage to successfully get it, you could get a legend lore out of it, which would give you a lot more information.
Now, to be fair, Divine Aid doesn't need a favor to use.
No, it doesn't. No, you don't have to.
So, I'm going to just try it. Yeah. So that's 2 dice for me, just by default?
I believe so. One because you're a cleric, and the other because you're doing everything for Morian. You always do. Like, that's never in question with Nigel.
You've already done a Divine Aid this long rest, haven't you?
Have I? Is there a limit on how often you can do it?
I think it's once per long rest, isn't it?
There is a limit on how often you can do a Divine Aid, and that might be once per long rest. It's not something that's come up before because it's rare people need to do more than once. Yeah, until you complete a long rest, I'm afraid, and you haven't had a long rest yet.
I'm just gonna roll 2 20s just for the hell of it.
I mean, yeah, might as well find out.
It wouldn't have worked.
Wouldn't have worked.
So,
what would have happened in another world?
What can I do instead of a divine aid?
You can make a religious check to sort of pray. You might get a response. You might get some information. You might not, but it's worth a try.
Yeah, it's worth a try. This seems like a big important role, but Albert hates me, so I'm debating on what to do.
Can I assist? Since the ocean's sort of like Tattle's God's domains, since it's basically a large amount of flowing water. So,
so you're going to be sort of beseeching Petrichor instead?
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's not going to help much with a prayer to Morion.
Yeah.
Well, if I can't get any help, I might as well roll that 20.
It's worth a go.
Yeah, it's worth a go. Ooh, that would be a 14. I have +1 to religion.
You don't get anything back this time.
I'm out of ideas.
Oh yeah. Did Amity and I roll anything to work out if there was anything going on with the dragons, or?
You can roll something if you would like. Arcana seems most likely.
I'm going to guess Amity's got a better Arcana score than me, so...
+0.
Oh, mine's +2, so... Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, again, Arcana, not Amity's wheelhouse. I don't know why people keep thinking otherwise.
What about Thorek?
Yeah, Thorek's probably got a decent Arcana.
What's your Arcana?
I rolled a dirty 20.
My Arcana.
Hey, we take those.
6.
Yeah, Thorek's +6.
We got a 20 anyway. So
Thorek, you can have a go as well, because a 20 is not enough.
Oh.
Damn.
Ugh. Roll the 10. I'm gonna
Oof.
cry because I don't have.
Yeah, I'm
We're
afraid the
near
DC,
the end. If anyone... Hold on.
DC for this one is 25.
Can I inspiration my religion? No, I can't hit 25 with a religion check. We're about at the end. Anyone want to burn an inspiration?
I don't think anyone
did,
apart
yeah.
from Thorek can hit it.
I would have to get a natural 20 or 19 to get it.
Can I give Thorek my inspiration? I can't use it.
I had to turn the air off.
Mhm.
with it. Skip text.
Not usually, but why not?
Get in that 20. Come on.
I mean, the minimum you need is like a 19 because you said we got +6, so...
1 in 10.
Ooh.
It's not impossible.
Yep.
I'm back. Sorry.
You have inspiration. Roll again.
All right. No, 19.
Oh, 19.
19, you get a +6, you said, yeah?
No, that was with the +6.
Oh, okay.
That's a shame.
Yep.
Look, we'll find out about this in due course. Let's just be wary of whatever this dark thing
up?
is.
No.
Idea?
The dragon! I'm telling you!
There's some kind of curse on these waters. I've got 2 of my crew raving about dragons that don't exist.
I was gonna say guidance, but even if I rolled max on guidance, it wouldn't.
Drake sits up and gives like Nigel a tilted head of curiosity. Like, what you talking about?
Let's just keep going. The only way is forwards, right?
Yep, the only way is forwards.
Please say we're nearly at this island. Oh my god, this is too much.
Oh, hell no.
No, we're fucking nowhere near.
You're not even a quarter of the way to this island.
Oh my god, really?
We'd get there faster if there weren't an encounter every.
You move on.
The encounters.
Yeah,
Move on
you
and
didn't have to
suddenly
dive
there's
into the
more
water.
pirates.
No.
That was
I mean-
cool as shit though. Like, yeah.
How could I not dive into the water? Somebody had to do
This is what
something.
I'm talking about.
And now I've got a fragment of the wand of creation. Like, I am so happy.
You have the world's most powerful toothpick.
You do.
Please do not pick your tooth with that.
You don't have
No,
the
no,
only
what Amity-
fragment. There is at
What
least one
Amity
other that's been found.
actually what Amity actually does is wraps it very carefully in like a spare piece of cloth and tucks it into part of their pack. It's very tight, not going to come loose.
You are never allowed to die.
At least one fragment that what? I didn't hear you over.
There's one other fragment that has been found before.
Of the one that
Alright.
created. Yeah.
In Nordmark or in?
No, not in Nordmark. I found it actually. I didn't invent this idea of the thing being fragmented. That was Iris. But hell, I'm stealing it.
Note to self, thank Iris.
Is this gonna be a crossover episode? Well, it already is. But
Probably more like an end game thing towards the end of the end of the campaign. Yeah, you sail on, and the waters are favorable. There's abundant fish in this location. If anyone wants to get any extra rations, they can try doing some fishing, which would be a
I got fishing poles, lots of them.
yeah. If you got fishing poles, you can make me a survival check.
Tattle pulls out her collapsible fishing rod she got
From the carnival.
during Jeremy's birthday party.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So if
you
everybody
will
else
get
is doing
fishing.
fishing, I will just keep an eye out. I'll just keep watch rather than.
Aegis can't fish.
Aegis gets a boot.
Hey,
I rolled a 9.
Nigel gets
why
the
is
other boot.
fish wearing boots.
Is
If
the
it
boot
were a
match?
magical fishing rod,
It
could I
does
use
match
my
the other boot.
Intelligence.
Are they good quality boots? That's the important question.
Can you use intelligence?
Well,
no, I don't think so on
According
this
to
one.
the water log,
Battlesmiths can use intelligence
we
for
suck
attack.
at
Natural one.
fishing. We are so bad at fishing.
I
Tattle,
will
you
hand
find a
both of
glove?
the boot-
Wait, no. I might as well use my inspiration.
Oh yeah, same.
15.
Okay, Tattle, you catch some fish. You catch some bream and some cod. I don't know if they're saltwater fish. I know cod is. I don't know what bream is. But you
catches
catch
some
them
bream,
anyway.
huh?
I also
It's
got
when I
15.
smile, Nick.
So you catch someone. You get about 3 days worth of rations.
I also catch a fish. I got 15.
Nice.
I
So
take
yeah,
the
you get
two
about 3
boots.
days.
over to Thorek and ask him to use identify on the boots.
Amity, are you fishing?
I am not fishing. I am keeping watch.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I can
In
tell
the
you that I
process.
spell these boots are rank.
They are rank. They're also
Occasionally,
non-magical, I will
cruise
say
slender.
that. You usually get a feeling if something's magical just by touching it.
Yeah.
You
I
get this
just
sort of
wanted to
feeling at the back
get-
of your teeth. Yeah, that's fair. Do you sail on?
Yeah.
Move yourself into a new hex. And another
Okay.
3 tokens.
Blip.
Ooh, spoilers.
Anything on the horizon, Amity?
Would the DM like a roll?
Yeah, sure. Make me a roll at disadvantage because the water's getting choppy now. And it's
would that
starting
be-
to swirl.
Would that be balanced
Yeah.
out by the spyglass?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would. So straight roll.
That spyglass was a good investment. Not good enough, apparently.
The water is
That's a bad
starting
roll.
to swirl. Thing that seawater doesn't usually do. Yeah. And it's
Fancy
huge.
crap, Captain.
And you find yourself drawn towards this whirlpool. And then the whirlpool collapses and it's flat again for a moment. And then whoosh, this huge column of rock juts out of the water, punching upwards into the sky and almost piercing the clouds. And the ship is bearing down on it really, really fast, and you are almost certainly going to crash into this thing, this finger of Fontaine
Was
that
that
has appeared.
anchor token a one-time usage thing?
Sadly.
Yes, sadly. And that is where we're going to stop for tonight, as you are bearing down on this huge rock. And I figured, why not? Let's do a fucking cliffhanger for once. And we'll get back to that next time. And it's been a real fun session. You lot have pulled out some really interesting moves that I've really enjoyed seeing. It's been really good fun.
Nobody
I'm glad my
believed me that we could
decision.
slay that shark.
Yeah, I know, right? I was looking at the stats, like, yeah, they could totally beat the shark. I don't know what they're talking about, but
I'm glad my decision to buy a grappling hook paid off.
oh yeah, hell yeah, that worked. That worked great. Like that moment there with Amity breaking out of the shark's grip, grabbing onto the rope and pulling free as Drake blinks in and takes out the coral smasher. That was beauty. That was wonderful. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Nick, I'd hate to make my after action report a liar. How many reactions can I get from a bunch of dead fish people?
None. Unless you want to be a cannibal.
Well, they're not.
Yeah, fair enough.
These are
Amity would be
sentient,
against the
sapient
cannibalism.
creatures. They have a language. They have an intelligence sometimes higher than some of you.
I mean,
You
it sounds
know-
just like kobolds.
Which you also shouldn't eat.
Okay, let me rephrase. How many rations can I get for Aegis, the cannibal dwarf?
Which
Come on, that's
is-
his wife.
Yeah, it's his wife, not him. Aegis has eaten sentient and sapient creatures, but not intentionally.
Aegis will eat
So
what
my
he's doing.
question
absolutely
stands. So my question stands.
If you want to cut up sentient and sapient creatures and cook them,
This is for Thorek and Aegis at this point. I'm gonna.
roll me a survival check.
Thorek's one of those dwarves, so he'll fucking eat anything.
I mean, we come from the same clan.
Yeah, no, that's what I
True.
figured. 23.
23. 5 days with rations.
Cool.
Okay. Ugh, grim. Okay, yeah, we're gonna end there. I'll give you your XP and just the XP.
You wanted
in
the
a
nice
second.
cliffhanger ending. You got the cannibalism ending instead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the outro screen now. Bye.
Bye, bro.
Nick.
Thorek and Aegis.
All right, everyone. Thank you all so much for watching. I think this has been an absolutely stunning session. What great fun. Thank you all for watching, both on Twitch and YouTube. It's been great. I've been reading all your comments as you've been going through, and they've been really great to read, and they've been making me laugh. This has been absolutely absurdly good fun, and we'll be back, I'm sure, very soon. We haven't scheduled it yet, the next one, but we'll be back very soon, and I'll let you all know when that is. First of all, though, a huge thank you to the wonderful people who support me and everything I do, and especially the tabletop side of things, on ko-fi.com/hiscursedness, by becoming a member there. So huge thank you to Super Talia DX, to Willow, to Al Wyvern, to Ben Newman, to Icky-Fu, to NeoGets, to 8-Bit Goggles, to Craig Perko, to Summerbee, and to Terran Jokes. Again, if you want your name there, you can go to ko-fi.com/hiscursedness. But frankly, you just all being here and watching and chatting is really what makes me happy. I'll see you all very, very soon. This week has sort of been a holiday for me, so next week I'll be a bit more busy with the normal stuff. Go watch Monster Manual Smash and Pass on YouTube. The new video just dropped today, yesterday actually. And it is the Ds, so things like duo drones and things of that nature. Anyway, see you all very soon. Have a great weekend. Good night.